think that's Neuner. Yeah, Neuner.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Sebastian Mata, and I'm here with Varsity Sports Networks, along here with head coach of GCU's club baseball team, Rich Warnall. Rich, how are you looking for today's game?
Yeah, we're excited to be out here on the NCAA field and opportunity to play. It's always fun to play baseball.
Yeah, absolutely. You're in a gorgeous field on an absolutely amazing day. What do you think of the UCSD team?
Yeah, you know what? They battled yesterday. They got us a couple times yesterday, but again, guys are ready for today.
Of course, gotcha. Yeah, it's always good to have that optimism. And who do you see standing out in today's game?
You know what? Crew Cascais is going to have a great game on the mound. Got a bunch of guys behind him, moving a few guys around on the infield, but excited to see our offense swing the bat today.
Awesome, Coach. Well, I appreciate the optimism. I hope you have a very successful game today.
Appreciate you, Sebastian.
Sebastian Mata with Varsity Sports. Good morning, everybody. My name is Sebastian Mata here with the Varsity Sports Network, and I'm here with Mr. Jonah Pitcher, the head coach of UCSD's Triton baseball team. Jonah, how are you doing today? How do you think today's game's going to go?
We had a good couple games yesterday. Got off to a slow start in the first one. Picked up steam in the second game, so hopefully we can carry it over to today.
All right, sounds good. So you've had a great few games, especially yesterday with your doubleheader victory. So how are you guys going to try to keep that momentum going into today?
It's all about staying true to ourselves and who we are as a team, staying scrappy, staying hungry, just fighting for every run.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I understand that. Best of luck on today's game.
Thank you.
Sebastian Mata.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to GCU Ballpark at Brazel Field here on GCU campus in Phoenix, Arizona for club baseball between the GCU Antelopes and the UC San Diego Tritons. I'm Spencer Barton alongside,
Sebastian Mata.
and we're getting ready for opening pitch here. Pitcher for the GCU Antelopes is number 3 Crew Cassis, and he is 1-0 on the season with a 5.41 ERA. Only one game started. He has pitched 3 1/3 while giving up 8 hits, 3 runs, only 2 earned, while striking out 4. So second start for him on the season. As we're entering the third game of a 3-game series, GCU lost a doubleheader yesterday to UC San Diego. So looking to at least take one of 3 if you're the Antelopes and head into the next series with a victory. For the Tritons, looking for the sweep. Sebastian, as we talked about, as well as we've seen, what we've heard is the GCU looking for a lineup change. How could that affect the Antelopes in this series?
Well, it could go one of two ways. The negative, of course, is that, you're switching up on a lineup that's already been established. Even if it hasn't been working the last few games, it's what the players are used to. So by switching it up now at the end of the series, you're risking having some unexpected switch ups. Of course, the upside is that you never know what could happen and whatever miracles could happen. It seems like just right now, number 8, Mr. Whittle, our shortstop, is taking the field.
All right, so Connor Weidel is playing second today for the Tritons.
Yep. So he is at bat. First pitch.
Takes one to center field. And give me a quick fly out right there. So Weidel quickly 1 pitch and 1 out here in the top of the first.
Yeah, wow, that was a very good hit, but unfortunately it just wasn't there for the Tritons. Unfortunately on that one.
So Jaden Earl made that play out in center field. Now up is number 22, Andrew Chow, the catcher for the Tritons.
This guy's beefy. He may have some power that he can.
He does lead the team in batting average at 421.
First strike of the game as well. Going up again.
The 0-1 delivery. Just gets the outside corner there to get it. So 0-2 now to Chow.
I don't know if that looked like an out strike to me. That looked more like a ball, but I'm not there.
Just a little off center of home plate up here in the press box, so could look a little different.
Ooh.
A swing and a miss, but catcher unable to make the play. Picks it up
Runs for it anyways, but it's out.
right over to first. So 2 quickly down here for the Tritons. And up next is number 1, Lincoln Warsham. He is the designated hitter for UC San Diego. GCU trying to get the Tritons out quickly. 1, 2, 3 to start this one off. It was a 7-6 game that the Tritons won on the first of the doubleheader, and then they won 8-3 to close it out yesterday against the Lopes.
That they did the pitch. And it's a ball. Right-handed batter Ethan Neuner is coming up from Santa Cruz, California, a long ways away from Phoenix. Well, not really, but long drive.
And there's a hit right up the middle, right to the shortstop. Quick ground out. And the Tritons go down 1-2-3 to start off the first inning. Getting ready to get into the home stretch. GCU getting ready to take the field for their first time batting at the plate when we return. And we are back here for the bottom half of the first inning. UC San Diego goes down 1-2-3. Now leading off for the GCU Lopes is number 10, Owen Earl.
Owen Earl, who is our second baseman, up to bat first. Oh,
Takes the first pitch to right center. Right fielder able to make the play, and quickly one gone on the first pitch, similar to how UC San Diego started off the game.
goes straight to Worsham. Fly ball.
Number 28, Noah Rush, the first baseman, up next for GCU.
Right-handed, coming up.
If he's able to get on the base pass, he is a threat to steal. He's third on the team in steals with 4. Takes the first pitch in for a strike.
All he's really got to do is just get on base, and from there it's not too hard for him.
The 0-1. There's a 1-1 the count.
1-1.
And Noah Rush is also 4th on the team in hits with 9.
So yeah, he's a good all-round player. Oh,
Takes a high one up near the helmet there, able to duck out of the way. So 2-1 now, favoring Rush.
yeah, Rush ready.
Rutman with the delivery, takes that
Oh,
into
good
left
hit.
field. So that's going to be a single. So a 1-out single here for GCU. And we talked about Rush being able to steal. So we'll see if he's able to use
Yeah,
that to his advantage.
that was a well-placed hit, well away from the foul line, but just out of reach of the left fielder. So yeah, well-placed hit in order to get the first on-base appearance of the game.
Now is number 0, Jaden Earl, the center fielder. He leads the team in batting average at .459.
Yeah. So
Also leads the team in hits and runs scored as well.
yeah, you just got to flip a coin to see if you'll get on base or not.
So one of the top players on this GCU team in terms of from batting perspective, and especially with somebody that is able to steal right on the base paths already, just helps this GCU offense that hasn't scored as much as they were used to seeing in this series against UC San Diego.
No, yeah, absolutely.
The delivery by Rutman takes that one, unable to get past second baseman, throws over to first, and too quickly gone now is
But it's all right because Noah Rush has made it on to second base.
so now up next for the Lopes is number 6, Zach Ekstrom, the designated hitter for this Lopes team. And he is just below Noah Rush in batting average with a .343.
Yes, sirree. So here we go for Zach Estrom, number 6, up
Rush
to
is in,
bat.
yeah, Rush is in scoring position, and one thing that Zach Ekstrom has is he has 8 RBIs on the season, which leads the team. So another prime position to get an RBI for Ekstrom here early in the contest and early in this season, just heading into the 12th game of the year for the Lopes and for the Tritons. That one going to be high, but
High.
Rush thought about it, thought about going for third, decided to go right back to second.
Smart play, honestly. Seems like Rutman is doing a lot. Uh, Kakis is doing a lot of. No, sorry, Rutman once again is doing a lot of high balls towards the batters.
Takes that one low and away.
Nearly contemplates hitting it.
So Ekstrom being patient at the plate, something that we didn't see as much from UC San Diego in the top half of the first. Something GCU is doing well early in this one.
Well, yeah, but it seems like UCSD's strategy is working out quite well for them considering their record against the Lopes. So we'll have to see if this lineup change today does much. And it's a walk.
So that is ball 4. So Ekstrom on base. So 2 on and 2 out here in the bottom half of the first. Up next now is number 13, Wyatt Wagner.
Currently 4th on the Lopes on his hitting. And yeah, I mean, he seems to be a good player who knows what he's doing. And, with the amount of hits he has, there's some pretty decent expectations for him to make it on base and try to get some points on for the GCU team.
Rutman, the first pitch is outside. So a couple outside pitches we're seeing early. Now, would you say Rutman is is it the control, or is it more just he's focusing too much on velocity? How would you characterize seeing a lot of
I
outside
think it's a
pitches?
control issue. I don't think it's about the velocity. I don't think that he's trying to go fast. I think that he's just struggling with his control um, in this game. So I think that that's just Rutman's big issue in this tournament. Um, yeah, I mean that's what I'd say. Rutmer's big issue is. With 7 strikeouts, though, I mean, it's clearly not an ineffective strategy for him. Because, he seems to know what he's doing, and, he's second in the team for UCSD's strikeouts. So, and he's not even on their list for walks. So he seems to be a good player who knows what he's doing. Maybe it's just a strategy to try to spook up this new GCU lineup that's, trying to get used to this weird strategy that they seem to be playing in.
Well, 2 strikes right now to the GCU batter. So just like that, Rutman trying to get out of this inning, 2 on and 2 out here in the bottom half of the first. Lopes trying to strike early here in this one, here in the game 3 of a 3-game series. Takes that one outside. So 2-2 now.
Yeah, and we've got uh, Noah Rush on second base with Zach Estrom, who we saw last inning make it to first. So,
And Martinez is on deck for the Lopes. And Martinez is second in the team in batting average, right behind Jaden Earl. So definitely a
quite,
really solid lineup for the Lopes here today.
yeah, quite a dangerous lineup for UCSD, who's trying to, keep their momentum going from their recent victories, and it's a strikeout.
Got him swinging, strike 3 called, and just like that, the Lopes don't get anybody. They leave 2 stranded on base, 0-0 as we head to the second inning.
And and we return for GCU's warm up on this second inning. Up next, we have Lincoln Worsham, who is UCSD's right fielder. So quite a good player on the team. Um, you know, you know,
Well, when you look at if you're UC San Diego, if you're Worsham, you want to get on base because they quickly went down 1-2-3, and when you're talking about base runners, you want to make sure that you have those opportunities, especially as much offense as they've produced against GCU early, and with as dangerous we've seen GCU's lineup just in that first inning. It's
yeah,
crucial if you're UC San Diego to get ahead early, so that way they don't have a chance of falling behind and have to play catch up the rest of the way. So it looks like so far GCU's had really good command on the mound. They've done great at the plate. So overall, GCU's played well. Just
you know,
will
it seems like this lineup could be working for Rich Warnall, who, early in the pregame interview, which you can check out on Varsity Sports' Instagram, he said that he was going to be doing some new changes and new switch ups on this lineup today. So time will only tell to see if this pays off at all. And it's a hit up to center field fly ball, and it is caught um, by Earl.
yeah, that was just a great play by Earl right there. Just doesn't Sun didn't seem to make a much of a difference on that one. Just makes a simple routine fly out there.
Yep, just another day's work.
So now it's
Finn Daker.
Finn Daker
Finn Daker, who is our first baseman. Oh,
gets it right past the second baseman. That's exactly what you want to do. And now UC San Diego is on the base pass with their first hit of the game, and it's a single.
yep, single went right past the hand of the Owen Earl. Sorry, we've got 2 Earls on the team, so Owen Earl went right past his hand and, straight into the field, giving them their first base hit of the game.
So third baseman Isaiah Sanchez at the plate, swings at the first pitch,
Ooh,
and that
hits
one's
into the foul.
fouled into the stands.
Yep, hits a piece of metal sheeting and goes right into the stands. Thankfully, no one there. Yeah,
Free souvenir for a fan.
yeah, pretty quickly. I think that's part of the team actually. He's quickly collected by one of the caretakers of the field.
So the 0-1 delivery. Oh,
Ooh, tries to steal.
tried to steal. GCU caught him, but
That didn't look like the best of throws. Didn't have the power to get it all the way there. So good thing he didn't go, but it was gives the UCSD team an idea that maybe they're not too prepared for bases stolen.
so now 1-1. Fouls another one off the top of the netting.
Yeah, Isaiah Sanchez seems to be going at it, just like all of the rest of the UCSD team, an aggressive player who, clearly the strategies worked out quite well in UCSD's favor. So,
So 1-2 now to Sanchez.
and the windup.
Takes out and swing down the third base line, but it goes just foul. So we'll do 1-2 again for Sanchez. But it seems like you see San Diego's being really aggressive. And Sebastian, would that be more of a really good strategy early on in the game?
I think it's been a good strategy because it keeps the Lopes on their feet, especially since no doubt the UCSD team who's played them for the last two or 3 days knows the Lopes' strategy, knows how they've switched it up today. So they're definitely looking to keep them on their toes and let them know that they're not going to, just because they've got an overall victory doesn't mean that they'll be willing to give this game up. I think that it's part of their strategy to be very aggressive and to always keep them on their toes and never let them, get some rest.
Well, fouls off another one to Sanchez. So 1-2 once more. The 1-2. Rings him up, strike three, got him looking, and a strikeout there for GCU. So now two gone here in the top of the second with a runner at first. And that was a great pitch right there by Cases with the strikeout.
Yeah, GCU seems to just have the better control in this game for the pitchers. As we saw, UCSD's Rutman was, not having that control necessary to always consistently be getting strikes, but seems like GCU's Cases has it, on point.
Yeah, he came in with 4 strikeouts in 3 1/3 innings. So far here in 1 2/3 innings, he has already half the amount of strikeouts he had in his first start. So really good numbers for GCU to start this game off. The 0-1 now takes that one high. Shimada is at the plate for UC San Diego. So 1-1. Shimada playing shortstop for the Tritons. Throws over to first.
And yeah, no dice for the Lopes to get Worsham out, or sorry, Daker, but he remains on first base stubbornly.
The 1-1 to Shimada. Takes that one just outside. So 2-1.
Yeah, I mean, 2 outs, 2 balls, 1 strike, so truly anything can happen at this point.
2-1. That's gonna be high and inside. So now falls behind 3-1.
Yeah, so it's in his best interest not to swing, just let it happen, and it would let UCSD have 2 players on the plates.
And Krukakis didn't give up a walk as that one's foul tip. So now the count runs full at 3-2. If he walks Shimada right here, that would be his first walk of the season. Just his second game started, obviously, so not as much in terms of walking people. So that's a good thing if you're GCU, but never want to get that first one on the board too early in the season.
No, absolutely not. So
the count runs full. Runner at first for the Tritons. A 3-2 delivery. It's going to be outside and he walks him. So that is the first walk for Krukakis on the season and now puts 2 on with 2 out in the top of the second. 2s all around here at GCU ballpark.
Yep. Up next, Jonah Pitcher, the coach of the San Diego team here. He is their head coach. Um, so it's must be nice knowing that your head coach is one of your own and that your coach goes through it just like you.
He's playing in left field today. So the first pitch to pitcher is low. So 1-0 to pitcher now. So 2 on, 2 out, top of the second. 0-0 our score between the UC San Diego Tritons and the GCU Lopes.
Yeah, Jonah Pitcher, a senior at UCSD, hailing from Castro Valley, California.
That
So
one in there for a strike. Looked like he held up, tried to check swing. But if you talk about the GCU before this weekend had won the last 4 in this matchup. Now they've lost the last 2 to UC San Diego. And you're looking at some of these numbers. GCU's offense has really been there. So far, UC San Diego looks like they turned it around this year compared to last year where they only scored 6 runs against the Lopes in a 3-game series last year. And so far, they've already put up 15.
yeah, so there's been some good improvements for the UCSD team here, and they're trying their best here to try to keep that momentum going in today's game. Pitcher,
The 2-1 delivery.
oh,
And it's going to be
decent hit, but
fouled into the.
fouled into the left field, lands right into a seat.
So 2-2 count with 2 outs. Top of the second. 2-1.
Yes, sir. So
The delivery. And
straight up
pitcher
the
hits it
middle.
right up the middle. Rounding third.
Ooh.
Looks like that was Earl couldn't make the play, and a run will score for UC San Diego.
Yep. Lincoln Worsham scores a run for this team.
RBI single for Jonah Pitcher, and UC San Diego leads 1-0 here in the top half of the second.
Yeah, that was a good hit, well placed, straight up the middle. And I mean, uh, Owen Earl, you know, slid and he just couldn't get the ball.
So Jaden Denning now up, the center fielder for UC San Diego. He has a .238 batting average. He is currently 6th on the team, but he also has only 5 hits on the season. And he's tied with Finn Dacher, who just scored with 3 runs on this Tritons team. He is ahead in the count 1-0. The 1-0, it's going to be high, so 2-0 now. So Krukakis, who looked like he may have gotten out of this with no runs on the board for a second straight inning, has seemed to have fallen off just a little bit. This pitcher was able to bring in an RBI single to
Yeah.
put the Tritons on the board, now falling behind 0-2 in the count. Looks over to first, wasn't ready for it. Able to pick it up, though, was the first baseman, luckily for GCU, and that was Noah Rush. So no one able to advance.
Yeah, I mean, that could have been a dangerous opportunity because of that missed catch from Rush. Had Shimada kept going, he might have been able to make it to third to catch GCU off guard.
So 2-0 here to Denning. It's going to be high and outside again, so 3-0, and we're going to have a mound visit here between the catcher and the pitcher.
Yeah, just a quick exchange of information on what's going on and probably planning some new strategies. It's much too early to relieve Mr. Kakasis from the game, but it's still a good time to talk some strategy and try to align each other on what exactly has got to go on in this game in order to have a successful, GCU victory.
Yeah, and there's no action in the bullpen, so they're not in that position yet. But when you're looking at 2 outs, right, would you even think about runners being on base? Or you just focus what's going on at bat? Because there's only 2 outs instead of 1.
Oh,
Because that one's hit, and they're going to call it foul down the third base line. It went over the third base bag, but it landed it outside the line. Had it been inside before going out, it would have been considered fair, but because it went outside the line before it touched, if it didn't touch inside before it went outside, then it was foul. So lucky for GCU because that could have been another run for UC San Diego. But Sebastian, when you have 2 outs, are you worried about runners on base, or are you just focused on who's at the plate?
Well, I think that you have to do a crucial element of both. I don't think that you can ever fully dedicate your resources to one thing in baseball and it's a walk. I think that you have to be focused on everything that's going on in your surroundings. However, it is a difficult situation for GCU at the moment, considering they've got, you know, runners on every plate. So,
So bases loaded, 2 out, top of the second. UC San Diego leads 1-0, and Connor Weidel at the plate. He flew out to center on the first pitch of the game to lead it off. He's up for his second time, 0 for 1 on the day. So the first pitch takes it low and inside. So Grukakis falls behind 1-0 once again. He came in with 0 walks in his last outing. He's already walked 2 here. He's walked 2 of the last 3 batters. The 1-0 delivery. In there for a strike. So 1-1 here. Yoshimada at third, pitcher at
ooh,
second, but that was hit to right center field, and it won't
and
get down in
it's
time. And
caught.
great play by the right fielder there, and they leave only 1 on the board. UC San Diego does leave 3 stranded. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back for the bottom half of the second. And we are back here at GCU Ballpark. First pitch is going to be low and outside. So up for GCU is number 21, Pablo.
Pablo Martinez up to bat. He is second on the team with a .4 batting average. So there's high expectations for him in this at bat today, his first today. He's also quite the good base stealer, with him being fifth on the team for stolen bases this year. So overall, a good, decent player who seems to be getting pounded right now by balls.
Well, we're seeing Rutman pitch a lot of high and inside. We saw that in the first. We'll see if that transitions here to the second. Takes that one for a strike right, almost like that down the middle. So 2-2 the count here to Martinez. Oh, sorry, it's 3-1. That strike's going to be outside. Ball 4, and there's a walk.
Yep, first walk for Mr. Martinez.
Yeah, so now coming up is number 14, Ian Petrus, the right fielder for this Lopes team. So runner at first, nobody out, bottom half of the second. See if Rutman's able to get the control going here in the second. Takes the first pitch to right center. It gets down. That's going toward the wall. Almost near the warning track. And it's going to be.
Martinez goes for third.
And it's a double for Petrus. So just like that, it's going to send Martinez to third. So we'll have two runners in scoring position. And up comes Kaysen Medina, the catcher for GCU, who has 4 RBIs on the season, third on the team, and has a chance to add to that total right here with 2 on and nobody out. Great job by Petrus there. Takes it to right center.
Yeah, Medina has a good shot of bringing Martinez home. He is third on the Lopes team for RBIs with 4 RBIs this year. So there is a above average chance that Pablo Martinez could be brought home.
And we're up next on for the Lopes has 3 RBIs as well.
Ooh.
First pitch up high. That was really close there. So quickly ahead in the count is GCU. But for GCU on deck is going to be number 66, Sebastian Osornio.
Yeah, Osornio is coming up next.
Swing and a miss at that one.
Yeah, the shortstop is last on the batting lineup, but Medina right now trying to get an RBI in to get GCU on the board and to tie the game.
And takes that one to right field. It's going to be foul, though. So now behind in the count 1-2 with nobody out. Osornio with 3 RBIs is tied for 5th on the team, right behind 2 behind Medina for in RBIs by only 1. So that just separates the 2. The 1-2.
Ooh, that was a fast ball. Unfortunately, it doesn't count for strikes, but that was quite the fast one. It just lacked the control to go down the center.
So 2-2.
Ooh.
And fouls that one into the seats.
I don't know why he swung at that one. That was quite obviously going to go be a ball and get him a full count, but I suppose that he is eager to get up there on the RBI list. So.
But he also wants to probably protect that plate too. Especially with 2 strikes, you got to protect. But that one's super high. Now runs the count full 3-2. So that also could be part of it too. You're trying to protect the plate, 2 strikes. If it was 1 strike, maybe a little different.
No, absolutely. And also, I mean, he doesn't have the incentive to go full aggression because there's no outs yet, and you've got 2 guys on base. So
The 3-2 hits it right up the middle.
Center.
And that's going to bring 1 run. 2 runs are going to score. Throw to the plate, and he is safe. So 2 runs will score for GCU, and 2-run single for Kaysen Medina. And GCU is taking the lead.
Yep, 2 RBIs there for Kaysen Medina, who we predicted would bring in an RBI. So that gets him all the way up to 5 RBIs, 6 RBIs.
Yeah, 6 RBIs on the season. Now 66 Sebastian Osornio at the plate here for GCU. Nobody out with a runner at first. So GCU looking to get the offense going here in the bottom half of the second with Owen Earl coming up next for GCU.
Ooh, tries to go for a bunt there, but simply just outside of his box.
And we've seen that GCU in that first inning brought a lot of offense to the table. They left 2 runners on in that first inning, so the top of the order for GCU is loaded, and they're going to bring that to the plate here as there's a bunt, but it's going to be foul. So now 1-1 the count.
Yeah, fortunately now they know his next move, though. I mean, he has been doing bunts for a decent bit already. Um, UCSD's pitcher polite enough to leave the bat face up on the home plate. So
We'll see if GCU with the really the top half of the order that's really been solid for them. See if they're able to bring home more runs in this inning as there's nobody out and only one person on.
yeah, it seems like there is.
The 1-1 he does
There we
take a
go.
bunt, so it looks like he's just going to take the sacrifice there. It will
And
get
he gets,
Medina to second.
yeah, it gets tagged out there.
So that is one gone here. And it's going to bring up Owen Earl, the second baseman, flew out to right field on the first pitch in the bottom half of the first. And on deck is Noah Rush, who had a single in the first inning.
Yep, getting a fly ball out.
Rubin on deck has a 4.20 ERA coming into this game. He's only given up 2 runs here through
Yeah,
1 1/3.
Owen Earl third on the Lopes for his batting average of .364 and second on the team for his hits with 12 hits in this game. He is easily one of the Lopes' best players, also being top 2 in runs scored. So yeah, overall an extremely competitive player and a player who's looking to try his best and always give it his all. Um, seems to be a coach's mound meeting.
Yep, they're having a mountain meeting there. We'll,
Quick mound meeting there, while GCU seems to be warming up their bullpen in anticipation of a change coming quite soon. It appears to be um,
can't really make out the number at the
yeah, I
current
can't make
moment.
out number 9. Seems to be number 9 on GCU's team. Cole Mercier, a freshman right-hand pitcher from Palmdale, California, measuring in at 6 feet tall. So I'm curious to see where that's going to go in this game. Um, so yeah, I wonder when he's going to come in soon to replace Mr. Kakis in this round, if it's the next inning or the one after this one.
Yeah, and it looks like San Diego like the pitcher was having an issue with his right hand. Looks like they're getting ready to finish taking care of it, which is good for this game as we're seeing some action for GCU, none for UC San Diego quite yet. We'll see. Didn't really see the first two, so not sure if they've gone through their bullpen early in those first 2 games, and they're kind of just letting Rutman ride this one out as long as he can.
Yeah, Rutman seems to be doing all right though. Certainly not doesn't have the control of GCU's Kakis in this game, because Kakis seems to have the velocity and the control, while Rutman certainly has the velocity, but seems to be lacking a bit in the control department.
You are correct about that. So 1 out, runner at second, Earl at the plate. Owen Earl, that is. Heading the count 1-0.
Ooh, narrowly misses a ball thrown at its leg.
And it was actually the nose on the pitchers. You can see. I'm not sure if we can tell on the from the perspective of the camera, but looks like may have been a little bit of a bloody nose for UC San Diego. Luckily, they got it all taken
Yeah,
care of quickly,
it looks plugged in, so
so it
good
wasn't
thing
the
they
hand.
got that taken care of.
Yes, it was.
Oh, quick pitch, but yeah, no control whatsoever on that one. Just went straight for it. Um,
You mentioned the control. That right there is a really good example of what we've seen so far through 1 1/3 innings by
yeah,
Rutman.
tried to quickly get Owen Earl on the unexpected there, but it seems like he walks him.
Oh no, he didn't. He called strike 1.
Yeah, this umpire seems to be a bit unusual with how his perspective seems to be, because even though we're a bit offset, I mean a lot of these strikes that he's calling seem to be
I'm not
definite strikeouts.
I'm not sure if he called a strike because it was an actual strike or if it was because he didn't move his bat quick enough back. Because it looked like he may have went for it and then pulled it back at the last second.
Well, even then, yeah, there it is.
And that one's in there for a
Oh,
strike too. So
that's
now the count is run full with 1 out and a runner at second. Noah Rush on deck, already with a single today. We'll see if Earl's able to get on base here. Because Owen Earl is second on the team in runs scored with 9, tying Jaden Earl.
ooh,
And
up.
there's ball 4. So there's the walk.
Yeah, so he is officially 1 for 2 after a fly out over to the right fielder. So
So now up comes Noah Rush with a single back in inning number 1, second appearance.
Noah Rush directly under Owen Earl in the batting average department with a .346 batting average. Seems to be a competitive player, 9 hits in this season, and third on the team for runs scored at 5. So a good competitive player who's gonna try to get more numbers up there.
Yeah, and obviously that's what you want for GCU. You want to be able to really get ahead. You're up 2-1. You have it in your favor. You're in ahead in the count right now with 2 on and only 1 out. They're trying to just take advantage of their opportunities, and with this order being as good as it's been, so there's a strike right there to Rush. You want to take advantage when you have the opportunities, and right now GCU has an opportunity to try to extend this lead even more and really try to really let their pitchers settle into this game.
No, absolutely, yeah. And I mean, seeing the situation going on right now, we're likely not going to have any home runs in this game, considering GCU's club baseball team has hit 1 home run this season from Jaden Earl, and UC San Diego has yet to score a home run at all this season. So, while we may see a lot of action on the field, it seems like there won't be anything going off the field.
Well, for that one, pitch was inside right there. And you mentioned the 1 homer by GCU, and who other than Jaden Earl? And guess who's on deck for GCU?
Yep,
It is
Jaden
Jaden
Earl.
Earl. Exactly. So that's one thing to mention is that he does have the 1 homer on the season. Just have to wait and see how it plays out. But it looks like
Oh, attempted to. Oh, that does not go in their
try to
favor.
try to get him, trying to potentially steal there, goes off and into the outfield. So runners advance to second and third now.
Yeah, and seems to be like a bit of conflict there between um, the UCSD pitcher Seth Rutman and his catcher. Um,
It was a second baseman Connor Weidel who he was trying to throw back to.
no, yeah, but Rutman kind of exchanged quite a bit of a hostile glance at Andrew Chow, his catcher, holding up his hands. So it seems to be like there might be a bit of a team conflict there on that end.
So 3-1 the count here.
Sounds good. Yeah, so it seems to be like there may be a bit of conflict there, but nothing that can't be resolved as you see your team doing better as the game progresses. You're only on the bottom of the second, so.
So now Rush gets walked there. So just like that, that is back-to-back walks. So bases are loaded, 1 out, and Jaden Earl, who has the only home run, but leads the team in batting average, hits, runs scored. I mean, this is a huge opportunity right here for Earl, not only to help himself on the stat sheet, but also to help his team build this lead with only 1 gone. So this
No,
is
yeah,
huge
absolutely.
opportunity. And up next on deck is Zach Ekstrom, who got walked in the first. Jaden Earl grounded out to first his last plate appearance up, but only 1 gone here. So GCU really doing a great job here in the bottom half of the second. Looks like there's no more action in the GCU bullpen. So
Yeah, it seems like that might be a recalled effort on GCU's.
that pitch is going to be outside. So it looks like we're going to get some action in the UC San Diego bullpen.
Yeah, so
Looks like it might be Noah Toth, the freshman out of Stockton, California, heading to the bullpen for UC San Diego. So the Tritons looking maybe take Rutman off the mound here in only 1 1/3 innings.
Yeah, Medina Carson, 2 RBIs so far, and he's on third now, so he's probably going to try his best to try to make it home. If anyone's going to make it home in this game, it's him with only 1 out. Um,
In their strike two, so now 2-2 the count to Jaden Earl.
Jaden Earl, yeah, an extremely dangerous player, leads in 5 out of the 6 stats that we have been provided here today, and
Right to the
doesn't
first.
seem like his day, unfortunately.
Unable to make the double play. The runner gets out at second, but Medina will score.
As expected, Medina Carson scores for this competitive Lopes team. Um,
So Earl will ground out again. So he's 0 for 2 on the day. Zach Ekstrom, who was walked back in the first, is now up as GCU has a 3-1 lead over the Tritons of UC San Diego. Up next at the plate is Ekstrom and Wyatt Wagner on deck for GCU. 2 on in the bottom half of the second.
yes, sir. And then on third base, we have Owen Earl, who on the first at bat on the first restart of the at bat, he's first on the lineup. He was able to get walked, and now he's on third in scoring position. Ooh, and they try to strike out to get Noah Rush out, try to catch him hanging out a bit too far from base, but he is able to quickly return and yeah.
And that one's going to be hit to left field. And pitcher's going to make the play there. And that's going to be the third out. So GCU leaves 2 on, but they're able to draw 3 runs to increase their lead to 3-1. As we head to the top half of the third, we're going to take a quick break. And we are back here for the top half of the third. GCU leading 3-1 over UC San Diego in their first strike one. That is
Yeah, up to bat.
number 22,
Hendrick
Andrew Chow.
House.
Chow, the catcher. So takes that one for a ball. So 1-1 the count.
Yeah, Andrew Chow, the freshman, 5'10", 185 pounds, a beefy man from Bellevue, Washington.
Does
to
lead
be a catcher.
does lead the team in batting average.
Yeah, .421 batting average, 8 hits, and 3 runs scored. So also 1 stolen base. So yeah, quite the competitive and overall good player that most catchers wind up being.
Check swing. Looks like he went around. So 2-2 the count.
2-2 the count. Now is when it starts to get intense for these players, especially when you're trailing behind by one.
So the 2-2 delivery, swing and a miss.
Yeah, no home runs this season for UCSD. So maybe today will be the day in a D1 ballpark.
It's not very often the club team gets to play on an NCAA field, that's for sure.
No, absolutely not. And it must be a very special treat for both of these teams to play at
That,
a D1 facility.
that one popped up just near the press box, but it's foul.
They go right back up to continue their batting.
Not sure what the count is.
Yeah,
Looks like I know there's 2 strikes against
2 strikes. Yeah, they just haven't updated the board. Up on the
that.
good hit,
that
but strong hit with good velocity. It just didn't go where he needs it to. Um, yeah, quite unfortunate.
Yeah, Kirkakis has done a great job here in this inning, really pounding that strike zone, just not giving much chance for Chow to really take one and send it into the outfield. That one's going to be hit right back to him. Makes the play, grounds out, and just like that, 1 up, 1 down here for UC San Diego to start off the top half of the third.
Yeah, the 1-3 from the pitcher to the first baseman. And now we return for Ethan Neuner.
Ethan Neuner,
11 hits in his career and in his yearly career, and second on the batting average with 1/3 all of the balls he hits, leading to him going on base. So
grounded out to first, back in the first. Second plate appearance on the day. The 0-1 delivery hits that right past the shortstop into the outfield for a single.
yeah, goes right past the shortstop and straight into the hands of Martinez of the Lopes. And now coming up, we have Lincoln Worsham, who is coming back from a um, fly ball out into center field in the second inning. So he returned and he's trying to redeem himself. Tries to go low on that ball, but it just goes right past him for the first strike.
Yeah, Lincoln Worsham is something we've talked about before in terms of hitting is not as big on this list on the team in terms of batting average, but still can still make an impact, especially with who's on first base in Neuner.
Yeah,
Neuner.
Lincoln Worsham, the right fielder, actually has one of the worst averages, the earned run averages of UC San Diego with an 18 ERA, which is eye-watering, which must have been a really bad inning when they put him in there, putting a position player on the mound. So must have been desperate times for UCSD. And yeah, that's an unfortunate record to have.
Well, actually, sorry, correction. Neuner, who's on second, is second in batting average, so that's somebody you got to keep an eye on. And he's also the #1 leader in stolen bases.
Yes.
So that is something to keep an eye on here as this at bat's going on. But that one's gonna be hit right down the third base line, past the third baseman into the outfield for a single.
Yeah, Lincoln Worsham makes it to first base.
So that will advance Neuner to second. So 2 on here in the top half of the third inning.
And coming up now, Finn Daker.
He had a single back in the second, and he came around. He later scored in the inning to give UC San Diego the lead temporarily until GCU had
Yeah,
scored 2 runs in the bottom half.
Finn Daker second on UC San Diego for RBIs.
And got one at second, but unable to turn the double play. So he'll get Worsham out at second. So runners at the corners here. And up next now is Isaiah Sanchez. He struck out looking his last time up. So now you have Neuner at third. You have Deja at second.
And Lincoln Worsham unfortunately gets the short end of the stick. And
So 2 out now here for UC San Diego. First pitch to Sanchez is in there for a strike. So 0-1 here to Sanchez. The 0-1. A tie over to second. Did he get him? He got him! Wow, what a play by the catcher for GCU. Kaysen Medina gets a 2 RBI single, later scores, and then gets UC San Diego stealing to end the top half of the third. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be back with GCU and the bottom half of the third. Oh, dude.
SBO.
And we are back here for the bottom half of the third. For GCU at the plate is number 13, Wyatt Wagner. He struck out swinging on his last plate appearance back in the first inning as GCU leads UC San Diego 3-1. Second pitch in there for a ball inside. Rutman still on the mound. San Diego does have a pitcher warming up in the bullpen. The 1-1 outside. So 2-1 here to Wagner.
Yep. Wagner, yeah, returning from a strikeout in the first inning. Um, he currently has 9 hits this season. So, he's up there on the GCU Lopes team, a good competitive player who is, going to try his best to keep the lead going for GCU, keep the momentum going, and try to survive these wild um, Triton pitches.
We saw that last pitch for a strike, too. Fouls that one off, so we'll do it once again. So 2-2 the count here to Wyatt Wagner, the third baseman for this Lopes team. GCU up by 2. That one's going to be, oh, actually, sorry, it was ball 4, so it was a full
Yeah,
count.
ball 4 looked like it was straight up the middle, but he walks to first.
So quickly one aboard here for GCU here in the top half of the third. Sorry, in the bottom half of the third. Correction.
Coming up, Pablo Martinez, number 21, the left fielder for the Lopes.
So he's able to get to third after being walked back in the second inning. Takes that one for a strike. So runner at first, nobody out. GCU scored 3 runs back in the second. Martinez actually led off the bottom half of the second. So that one's taken outside.
Yeah, Martinez with 2 stolen bases and, up there now on, he was able to round all the bases and bring GCU home. He was actually their first run of the game.
And there's a steal. That throw is high. So a stolen base for GCU. That was Wagner with the steal. Wagner not even in the top 5 on this team in stolen bases, but he's able to get one right there. Trying to test the arm of the catcher. Pays off for him. Now he's into scoring position here for Martinez, who is fourth in RBIs. He's tied for fourth in RBIs with Wagner with 3. So chance to increase his RBI total here.
Ooh.
Takes that one for a strike.
Yeah, that was quite the slow ball. Must not have seen it coming, but yeah, it went straight up the middle. And there goes Martinez for the day.
So it takes a strikeout there. Took it looking, so that's not what you want to see if you're GCU. So one gone as Ian Petrus will come up next. He had a double back in the second inning.
Yeah, our right fielder, coming up once again on the batting order, on the lower end of the batting order.
Runner in, still in scoring position at second. That one taken for a ball to start off this at bat.
Yeah, high and away on the other side. First ball of this at bat scores 3-1 in favor of the Lopes. So the Lopes have some time to relax, but we're still quite early in the game. It's anyone's game.
That one's going to be popped up into foul territory. Third baseman trying to make a
And
play, unable to.
Not caught. It lands right on the wall. So must have been some miscalculations there, but had he caught that, would have put the Lopes in a bit more of a precarious situation to finish off this inning. But it seems like the Lopes are doing just all right.
If you're Rutman, that's exactly what you would have liked to had. Try to get out of this inning with no more runs scored on the board. That would have been 2 outs there, but instead it's only one with still a runner in scoring position.
Yeah, Ian Petrus. Ooh.
In there for a second strike.
Another one a high and away, but this one's counted as a strike. 2 strikes, 1 ball in this game.
We're seeing, and when you see a lineup multiple times, if you're GCU, are you starting to get like a trend going on with Rutman? You're kind of able to figure him out a little bit more.
I think that they aren't going to be able to figure him out all that well, especially because of his wild pitching strategy. He seems to do kind of whatever he would like to do in the moment. So I think that it's pretty difficult to predict what exactly he'll do, especially with his lack of control. Any kind of pitch, it can go anywhere. There's no real control to his pitches.
In there,
However,
strike 3 rings him up for a strikeout there. Back-to-back strikeouts.
Yeah, that was an expert pitch.
And both looking too.
Perfectly down the middle. I think that Rutman has finally figured out, how to get under these Lopes' players' skins, and he's also finally figured out how to master his control, thankfully, before the situation gets extremely out of hand. Because UCSD still has a chance to catch up.
Casey Medina at the plate. He had a 2 RBI single and later scored in the second inning. So we'll see what Medina's able to do.
Yeah, I have high hopes for Medina now in second place for the Lopes RBIs. So clearly a good competitive player who, has a lot of potential. He just needs to disregard the fact that there are 2 outs and, go for gold.
That one's going to be high there, 1-1. So evened up the count. But if you're GCU, still another runner in scoring position, you talk about adding that RBI total. Here's another opportunity. If you're Medina, you have a chance to not only get to 6, but you have a chance to tie for second with Jaden Earl with 7 if he is able to bring Wyatt Wagner home. Hits that
Absolutely.
one to center field. Center fielder trying to make a play, makes it, and that's the 3 outs. So GCU unable to put one on the board, leaving one on in scoring position. As it's 3-1 GCU. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be back for the top of the 4th inning. And we are back here at GCU Ballpark on the campus of GCU here in Phoenix, Arizona. Top half of the 4th, 3-1. GCU leading over UC San Diego here in Game 3 of a 3-game series. The Tritons took the first 2 games in a doubleheader yesterday, 7-6 and 8-3. Lopes trying to take 1 of 3 and close this series out with a win. For the Tritons, they're trying to sweep the series after losing the last 4 coming into the weekend, looking to get the sweep here.
Yeah. Well, the Tritons are currently down 2 on the top of the 4th, and they get a ball on their first pitch of the second ball on the first pitch of the inning. So, yeah, we'll see if they can keep this momentum up or if they're just starting to get a little bit tired by now.
So Isaiah Sanchez hits that to center field. Center fielder trying to make the play, unable to as it drops just in front of him. So a single to lead off the inning for Isaiah Sanchez, who is up at the plate at the bottom half of at the top half of the last inning, but UC San Diego was caught stealing, and that was the 3rd out. So that's why Sanchez led off the top half of the 4th, able to get a single, and that will bring up Kohei Shimada here, the shortstop. He was walked back in the 2nd, got all the way to 3rd before the inning concluded.
Yep. So he is back and better than ever, attempting to, bring himself some glory today, as he's currently not high up on many stats for UCSD. So yeah, he's trying to bring himself some personal glory on the team, and I can't say I blame him. With no outs and your team's down 2. Oh, good
Just
hit,
right
as I
over the
just stated.
right over the shortstop, right into the outfield, and he's going to hold for a single that will get Sanchez to 3rd. So back-to-back singles for UC San Diego, and now they have a runner in scoring position, and that brings up number 14, Jonah Pitcher, the head coach for UC San Diego as well as a player, as
Yeah.
there is action in that GCU bullpen now.
Yeah, Jonah pitcher with an RBI back in the second on his first at bat. Now as he returns, um, you know, it's very likely he'll be trying to come back and get some more action. He made it to second base, but was then, didn't manage to get.
Looks like he was going for a bunt. The steal.
Oh, but it's good,
Throw not
and
that.
he is safe.
Throw got there, but just too late. So there's a steal for Shimada.
And yeah, we're yeah,
So now two in scoring position for UC San Diego with pitcher at the plate. So UC San Diego has 6 hits now, only 1 run though so far.
ooh,
That one's in the dirt.
yeah, that bounces right off of him. He swings for it, but yeah, it doesn't make it airborne. So Jonah pitcher returns to the batting box in order to try to bring home some more RBIs, some more points to get UCSD right back on par
But
with
Medina did a great job on that one. He kept it right in front, didn't even let UC San Diego capitalize and try to score.
no, yeah, and he kept his calm, which is important. But yeah, Medina seems to be missing a good amount of the pitches that are being served to him by Kakis.
Well, we'll see because Cake is on the mound right now. He so far has done well through two innings here, but with 2 on in scoring position, there is action in the GCU bullpen.
Ooh, and
Pitcher
for
swings at that one.
yeah,
Medina lets it get away from him, and that's going to score a run for UC San Diego. That is Isaiah Sanchez going to score, and it's 3-2 GCU now. So pitcher able to take full advantage.
yeah.
Well, UC
So
San Diego is with pitcher at the plate, so he's already now driven in a run, and he's also brought a run in by a wild pitch.
yes, that's certainly something for sure. Gets in by a wild pitch, and
And that puts Shimada now to third base. So a chance to potentially tie this one up here if pitcher is able to get a hit here in this one.
ooh, almost breaks the wrist there, but called as a ball for the 3-2 count, full count, for Jonah pitcher, who RBI in the second inning on his first at bat. He's gonna try to go for some glory and try to stay 2 for 2 in this ball game.
And there's going to be a mound visit by GCU. So
Fully understandable, considering the context of the situation, but we'll be back after a quick break.
and
Right back to the game after a mound visit that did not result in much change.
looks like
Kakis remains on the mound.
looks like the count may have just became full. Looks like the
Oh,
scoreboard may have been ahead on that one.
yeah, that's certainly interesting.
But that for GCU, that's good to see if he gets out of the inning here. Pitcher's gonna pop that one right out to the shortstop.
Yeah, and that's a fly ball over to Shimada.
So now JD Denning at the plate for UC San Diego. He was walked back in the second and didn't get any further than first base. So one gone, runner at third in scoring position for UC San Diego. That is number 10, Kohei Shimada, and Denning at the plate trying to bring him home to tie this one up at 3. That pitch in the dirt. Medina does a great job getting in front of it. Shimada goes right back to third.
Yeah, JD Denning last had a walk over to first, but was not able to leave first base after being walked. So he remained there. Oh,
Hits that down the left field line, but it's foul. And for Denning, if he's able to bring Shimada home to score, he will tie
the game.
Cade Miller in RBIs on the team, as well as tying up the game at 3.
Yeah, so pretty good performance there.
And Denning also is third on the. He's tied for first on the team with 3 stolen bases. Swings and misses that one. Now behind 1 and 2 in the count. He's tied with Ethan Neuner and Cade Miller with 3 as well in stolen bases. So the 1-2 to Denning. Down there. 1 and 2.
Ooh,
That one in the dirt as well. Medina stops that one right in its tracks in front of him. So nowhere for Shimada to go, but just goes right back to third. UC San Diego's already scored 1 run on a wild pitch in this inning.
yeah, fluke error almost, but that makes no difference to the UCSD team who just want to try to catch up and overcome the GCU. Oh,
That one's hit
oh,
to left field.
missed.
That's got some carry. It's going back. It's going back, and it is
And it's
gone.
gone.
A 2-run homer. The first home run for UC San Diego on the season, and it's J.D. Denning, and UC San Diego has taken the lead. Oh, my
Wow,
goodness.
that's incredible. That's certainly extremely exciting for UCSD, and you can even see their celebrations down there, making the score 4-3. That brings Kohei Shimada and Jonah Pitcher home. Or
Yeah, and that was just a really good hit by Denning. And the excitement, not only did you hit a home run, and of course the home run pole at this ballpark is a little higher on the left field and center than it is on right field. This is an NCAA ballpark.
yeah, so
So hitting a home run in this ballpark is a special thing, and being able to do that is an accomplishment in and of itself. And being able to do that is really a huge accomplishment. So that's part of
no,
the
yeah,
excitement for UC
absolutely.
San Diego.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's certainly an achievement, a three-run home run for JD Denning. I'm sure he won't forget that for a very long time.
Connor Weidel at the line, at the plate, batting for UC San Diego. So 2
And
quick
the
balls
ball just
there.
bounces right off of the glove of Medina. Seems like Medina's having some trouble catching Kukakis's all of his pitches because they seem to just be bouncing right off of his glove. We can see that that's what happened to Isaiah Sanchez, which resulted in him, you know, bringing in a run for UCSD.
Yeah, Kirkakis at the on the mound, we saw he gave up 3 runs in his last outing, but only 2 of them earned. But he's already given up 4 here today on 7 hits. So not in terms of earned runs and runs would you like to give up, but the strikeouts have still been there. He's already gotten half of the amount that he had in his first outing.
No, yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, I mean, Connor Weidel, tough to bat after having a teammate get the first home run of the season, but that doesn't matter to him because he ends up just walking it anyways. Seems like this UCSD team is right back on the board,
Yep.
and with their renewed sense of you know, determination, it seems like another mound visit. So we'll visit you right after this mound visit. hope not.
And we are back here after the pitching change. So now on the mound for GCU is number 9, Cole Mercier, the freshman right-handed pitcher from Palmdale, California, is on the mound after.
Yeah, seems to have a pretty good ERA of .9. So, he's up there on GCU's pitcher rotation. He's actually third on GCU's ERA. So, clearly a good pitcher who knows what he's doing. Even though he is a freshman, he might be lacking experience, compared to these college, freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and even seniors on the UCSD team. So he certainly has some stiff competition, but certainly nothing that he can't overcome. So I'll be curious to see where this goes for the young freshman. Quite early in the game, also, to do a pitching change, doing it so early in the inning. Doing it so early in the game, only 3 or 4 innings in the game, but I guess younger arms can't last as long.
Well, and for GCU, he went 1 1/3. 7 hits, 4 runs, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts, and a homer.
Yeah.
And normally you don't see a lot of home runs. Normally, well, I mean, that home run was something special for UC San Diego, a team that normally doesn't hit a lot of home runs. So that was an accomplishment for him,
Yeah,
for
seems
Denning.
like another drop of the ball for Medina. Seems like might not have been that was an issue, but just Mercier, just Medina can't hold on to the pitched balls.
But one thing we were just talking about before the 4th inning, he was pitching great. You
Yeah,
think only 1 earned run, right? And then he gave up 3 here in the 4th. So it wasn't a really it was a solid outing, but not the best outing he could have had.
no, absolutely not. He could have done better, but that's life sometimes, and
You take the good with the bad sometimes when you're pitching. The good news,
absolutely. Oh, tries to get him out, but the first baseman isn't even on the plate, so
that's a couple times we've actually seen that on both teams where the pitcher's throwing over and sometimes the players aren't ready for it. They're not near the bag to make a play. We've seen that where players have been able to advance because of that reason. As that one's going to be hit into right field, that gets down. It's going to be at least a single, and we'll get the runner over to third. So runners at the corners now with 1 out. That was a great job.
yeah, Connor Whittle on third base.
So Andrew Chow, who grounded out back in the 3rd inning, gets a single here and advances Weidel to third.
Yeah, so
Another runner in scoring position here for UC San Diego. They've already brought they brought 3 runs across.
yeah, coming up, Ethan Neuner, he's 1 for 2 in this ball game, getting to third base off of a single in the 3rd inning, and he now returns in the 4th.
And there's another steal attempt for UC San Diego, and that is successful. So that means Andrew Chow now to second. And Andrew Chow is now just behind JD Denning in steals. He now has 2 on the season now.
Yeah, so yeah, it's this is a stats-defining game today that we're seeing between the Lopes and the Tritons and the pitch.
And that's in their first strike, but we're still early in the game. We haven't even hit the halfway point yet, and we've already seen a lot of offense between these two teams. 7 runs on 11 hits, so a lot of so far no more than 3 runs in 1 inning yet, but still very early as that's a swing and a miss. So another strike to Neuner, but a chance for UC San Diego to really open this game up here.
No, truly. There's still a lot of time left in this game for anything to happen. Truly, the umpire cleaning the home plate there. But yeah, Ethan Neuner still at the plate with runners on second and third.
He does have 3 runs scored, but he also has 11 hits, which leads the
Ooh,
team. That one right off
that
the
would have
netting.
gone right towards us here in the commentary gantry. Had had that netting not been there, that looked like it was going straight towards me.
Yeah, and he's also on the team with RBIs. He has 2 on the season. If he's able to bring some runs in, he would break a tie with Ortiz on the team with 2. And that one's hit to
Well
left field.
hit.
That's got some carry. It's going back off the wall just below the home run yellow line, and that's going to bring 2 runs in. It's a 2-run double for Ethan Neuner.
Yeah, bringing him 2 RBIs.
So UC San Diego extending their lead now. It's now a 3-run lead with a 5-run fourth inning. So Neuner almost ends up with the second homer of the season for UC San Diego.
Yeah, and then Lincoln Weisstrom coming back. He is 1 for 2 in this game with a single.
That one's hit into right field, but it's going to be just foul.
Yeah, single in the 3rd inning on a second at bat, and a fly ball over to the midfield in the 2nd inning. So, yeah, I mean, decent player and attempting to bring back some glory. That was a good hit that we just saw a few seconds ago. But yeah, Lincoln Weichner coming back to bring himself some glory.
Would you say UC San Diego's kind of figured out this GCU pitching? Because they've taken one pitcher deep already, and they almost took another one deep.
No, yeah, they almost did take another one deep. So I think they figured out the magic behind the GCU pitching. But we'll have to see if Mercier, who was changed right before Andrew Cow went up, um, can try to bring himself some good action in this one. That was a nasty pitch up the center with some good velocity. We could hear the leather cracking from here. So, yeah, we'll have to see what goes on in this one. And
The
the pitch.
right to the third. Oh, gets right past the third baseman. That's going to be another run scoring for you. Oh, no, actually, no. The run will not score. He actually holds up at third base. I don't think he saw the sign from the third base coach, or else he would have scored there and given UC San Diego a 4-run lead. Instead, runners on the corners after the single by Lincoln Worsham.
Yeah, so good for Lincoln Worsenham. We're almost about to go for a full rotation, actually. Actually, we're fully bound. We're actually fully guaranteed to get a full
Unless there's a double play.
rotation unless there's a double play.
As Dashier's up at bat, he on the day is 1 for 2. He had a single and later scored in the 2nd inning and then reached via fielder's choice back in the 3rd. So third time at the plate in 3 innings
Yeah.
in a row. That's huge for UC San Diego to keep getting their players up here at the bat. Really good inning for the Tritons. So they're trying to complete the series, this series sweep here at GCU. After they've lost the last 4 in the series, they've won the last 2, trying to make it 3. It's 0-2 now. And that's hit out to left field. Able to make the play.
And it's caught.
Looks like didn't tag up with Neuner, and it's going to be 2 out here for UC San Diego. Runners at the corners, and brings up Isaiah Sanchez, who led this inning off with a single and later scored. So he is 1 for 2 today. Struck out looking back in the 2nd and had a single and later scored here in this 4th inning as he takes that one for a strike to lead this at bat off. Shimada on deck for UC San Diego.
Yeah, 5 runs in this inning. So 5 runs in this inning, 8 hits. So this has been certainly an extremely active inning for UC San Diego. And yeah, we even return here. So the Lopes have a lot of catching up to do throughout the rest of the game. UCSD can almost rest a little peacefully knowing that they are in a bit of a safe spot, but nothing is final until it's final, and it's never a good idea to relax, especially not in baseball.
And it looks like UC San Diego is no more action in that bullpen, so maybe they might keep Rutman on the mound with this lead.
I mean, I don't blame them. Rutman seems to be doing a good job despite his lack of control. His confusion seems to be keeping the Lopes on their toes, and it seems like not to call anything early, that ball is out of there. Hits the roof of the building next to us, but not to call anything too early, but it seems like this game may be a repetition of the 7-6 loss to GCU and the 8-3 loss GCU suffered towards the UCSDs.
Hit and run there. That one's into right field. Will it get down in time? It will, but it's foul. So it'll be 3-2 once again.
Yeah, and then all the runners have to do their walk of shame back to the plate where they belong. And we're gonna try to keep fishing for some glory with Isaiah Sanchez. 2 outs at the top of the fourth inning, and yeah, 6-3.
Yeah,
Brutal score.
Rubman's gonna be very well rested for UC San Diego. This has been a really long top of the fourth inning for the
Ooh,
Tritons, and
swing and a
that's
miss,
so, looks like
and yeah, it looks like Lincoln Worsham tries to steal a base, but is unsuccessful in that endeavor.
there may have been like a little bit of contact with the catcher potentially on that one. So 3-2. Once again, 2 outs, runners at the corners. Here in the top half of the fourth, the Tritons have put 5 on the board in this inning, trying to make it 6. The 3-2 to Sanchez. Hits it up
Ground ball.
the right side, right to the second baseman, over to first, gets the out, and we will head to the bottom half of the fourth. GCU down by 3. And we are back here at GCU. 0-1 the count here to Sebastian Osornio for the Lopes. They're trailing by 3 after a 5-run top of the fourth inning by San Diego, which included their first home run of the season by no other than number 27, J.D. Denning. It's the 1-1 count here. That one's fouled off. So 1-2 here. But this Lopes offense we've known has the capability of scoring a lot of runs in an inning. We saw it back in inning number 2. They have left a total of 5 players on the base paths in through 3 innings so far. So we know what this offense is capable of. See if they're able to come back only down by 3.
Ooh,
That one's high, right
high.
near the head.
Goes for the head, yeah. Trying to go for the kill there.
Able to duck out of the way, luckily. So the count is run full to 3-2. GCU 3 runs on 3 hits. GCU has 3 runs on 3 hits. UC San Diego has 6 runs on 10 hits, as there's a walk there. So GCU 1 on here, and now brings up Owen Earl, who was walked back in the second and made it all the way to third. So
Yeah, Owen Earl, with a .364 batting average, no doubt higher now, um, is 1 for 2 in this ball game, coming up to bat once again. He's trying to get his ERA up, trying to get his batting average up, RBI up, and just trying to overall to be a better team player. He's very high up on all the stats, but he's not first in anything. So he's probably going to be trying to try to get up there on all the stats and try to surpass his brother Jaden Earl, because he is second to Jaden in almost every category, which must be a fun sibling rivalry to go up against.
Well, they both, well, they're
Oh,
1 and 2 in hits, that's for sure, as that one's fouled down the left field line. But looks like there's more action warming up in that UC San Diego bullpen. So, Rutman, we talked about potentially being left on the mound with a 3-run lead, but after that last walk, looks like the Tritons want to potentially make a pitching change here shortly if this continues, as the count is 2-1 here to Earl.
yeah. Oh, tries to pick him off, but um, Osorino manages to slide and make it back. And once again, the pitch, um, Rutman, tries to pick him off again for whatever reason and fails once again. Rutman has been going at it strong this whole game, um, preventing a good amount of runs from reaching. Oh,
That one's fouled off the left ankle
yeah.
of Earl there, so able to keep it'll go to 2-2. And one thing we talked to, well, we're trying to find out is the pickoff attempt, right? That's the second one. Runner at
Second one in the same at bat.
the runner at first is not in the top 5 in stolen bases.
Yeah, it just seems like a vain attempt to keep GCU on their toes, which, I mean, Rutman, due to his control, has no issue keeping GCU on their toes.
Which we know, just a little shocking they did it twice in one at bat,
Yeah,
especially with a runner that's not known for stealing as much.
no, yeah, absolutely. So here,
Good,
here
good.
comes
Just with a good lead off at first. That one's fouled back.
Owen Earl, at a 2-2 count, taking his time walking around the bases. It's a high stress situation, especially when you're playing in such a gorgeous, large ballpark. I could imagine that it gets a little bit stressful or nerve wracking, but all of the GCU players seem to be either used to this and the
And
double play.
there's the double play. So 2 quickly gone now for GCU. So now Noah Rush up at the plate. He is 1 for 1 on the day with a single as well as a walk. Third plate appearance on the afternoon. So 2 gone here in the bottom half of the fourth. 6-3 Tritons leading over the Lopes here at GCU Ballpark.
And the pitch, ooh, nearly nearly ducked down to get that ball, but thought the better of it later. And Noah Rush, the 5'11" um, first baseman from Corrales, New Mexico, sophomore here at Grand Canyon, and he is a unit standing at 5'11".
Noah Rush just got hit by a pitch, so he will get over to first. So now that will bring up Jaden Earl, the center fielder, who is 0 for 2 on the day, grounded out in the first, reached via fielder's choice in the second, leads the team in multiple categories, including being the only Lope to have a home run this season, as there is a mound visit here in the bottom half of the fourth. We're going to see if San Diego may make a pitching change potentially. Doesn't look like they're going to, so Rutman will stay here on the mound.
Oh no, they're letting their oh no. Yeah, down the field at UCSD's bullpen, it looked like they were going to let out the pitcher warming up there, but now it seems like he's staying put. And while the rest of the game goes on, Rutman remains as UCSD's pitcher.
So 2 out here in the bottom half of the fourth. Runner at first is Rush. That one in the dirt. Rush doesn't go. Noah Rush with 4 stolen bases on the season, 3rd on the team. Got to be aware when he is on the base paths, especially if you're the Tritons. 1-0 count here. That one in the dirt gets away from the catcher. Rush
And
will go to
Rush
second.
goes to steal and succeeds in it.
So Rush now over to second in scoring position once again for the Lopes, trying to cut this deficit just by a little bit here, down by 3. So 2-0 to Earl. That one in the dirt as well, so 3-0.
Yeah, 3-0. Seems like he's trying to get walked, especially because Jaden Earl leads GCU in nearly every stat from batting average to home runs to hits, runs scored, stolen bases. The only thing he doesn't lead in is RBIs, where Jack Ekstrom leads him in that category, but only by 1. So Jaden Earl seems to be their all-star player.
And here comes Zach Ekstrom, who leads the team in RBIs and has an opportunity to do just that right here.
Yeah, it makes sense on why they would walk Jaden, and now we'll see what they decide to do with Jack Ekstrom.
He is 0 for 1 today. Flew out back in the second, but he was walked in the first inning. So we'll see what he can do with 2 outs and 2 on here in the bottom half of the 4th, down by 3. First pitch to Ekstrom. In there for a strike. On deck is Wyatt Wagner, who reached via walk, got all the way to second last time up. The 0-1.
And the quick pitch, but there was once again little control on that one, and it is a easy ball for the umpire to classify.
Now pitchers are still warming up in the bullpen for UC San Diego. And that one's going to be hit down the third base line, but it's foul. Be interesting to see if after this inning, if they make a pitching change if you're UC San Diego, or if they keep Rutman on the mound.
Now that does remain to be seen. We'll have to see how long Rutman lasts in this game. It's already the 4th inning. GCU's already made their change. Now we'll see when it's UCSD's turn, seeing as they do have a pitcher warming up in their bullpen.
So 1-2 here to Ekstrom, the designated hitter for GCU. Down by 3. 2 on, 2 out. Rutman will just step off.
Yeah, seems to be taking his sweet time.
The 1-2 delivery. That's going to be hit down the third base line. It's
Oh,
fair.
good catch.
And all runners are going to be safe. So a single for Zach Ekstrom. So now Earl to second, Rush to third. Bases loaded, 2 out in the bottom half of the 4th, down 3. Now it's not the 9th inning
No,
that you
but
dream of, but it's still an
it's
opportunity.
still an opportunity, bottom of the 4th inning, 2 outs, and the potential for something great for Wyatt Wagner.
Yeah.
Mr. Wagner with 3 RBIs, currently 4th on the team, has once again the potential to do something great. He also is 5th on the GCU roster for hits in this tournament, so we'll have to see where this goes.
Well, he has 3 RBIs, which is tied right now for 4th. With this hit right here, if he can get into the outfield and get a couple to score, he could potentially move himself up. Even if he gets if he's able to bring in all of them, or at least except everyone but himself, he could jump up to
3rd.
tied for 3rd. That's just
absolutely.
That's how great this situation is for a guy like Wagner, who doesn't
Just like that.
well, who I was gonna say hasn't had as much runs scored for RBIs coming in, but able to get 2 to come in there on a single. So a 2-run single for Wyatt Wagner. And he now, on the season, has 5 RBIs, which puts him in 4th all alone, right behind Casey Medina, who has 6 on the season after getting 2 in that second inning. Looks like UC San Diego is making a pitching change. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back when the action resumes.
Noah Toth.
And we are back. Pitching change for UC San Diego, number 28, Noah Toth, the 6'3 freshman out of Stockton, California, is on the mound for the Tritons as GCU trailing by only 1 at 6-5 here in the bottom half of the 4th. Runners at first and second for the Lopes. Up to bat for GCU is number 21, Martinez, the left fielder, who is 0 for 1 today. He was walked in the second, got all the way to third, and then struck out looking back in the third. Third plate appearance on the day.
Yep, so third plate appearance on the day, 1 for 2. And, oh,
Hits
good
out
hit.
into right center. It gets down. 1 run's going to score, and we're going to be tied at 6 all. So an RBI single for Martinez. And we're tied at 6 apiece here with 2 out
Yeah,
here in the
seems
bottom
like
half of the 4th.
both of the offenses are doing extremely well today. The only issue is the defenses seem to not have drank their morning coffee and don't feel like running to get the balls. So, 6-6 and at the bottom of the 4th.
A lot of offense for these two teams. GCU tying the most runs they've scored all weekend when they scored 6 runs in game 1 of the doubleheader. For UC San Diego, the most they've scored is 8 in this series. They're almost to that number here so far as we're through 4 2/3 of this one.
No, truly. And we are almost reaching 2 hours on the game clock so far. So this has certainly been quite a long game today, and quite the competitive one.
And correction, it's 3 2/3, not 4 2/3. There's a swing and a miss there.
Seems like we're also about to have rotated the entire, almost about to have rotated the entire roster in just 2 players. So
You are correct. And Medina who had the 2 RBIs. So 2 of the top hitters so far in terms of production for GCU are coming up next. That one's hit out to center,
And we'll see if they
and it
catch it.
does
They
get
do
down.
not catch it. So another RBI.
Mishandles it. 1 run scores, and another runner to third.
Yeah, the last 3 notations on our notation sheet have been 1 base RBI.
But another run here for GCU, so that's
Puts them
huge.
by 1 point in the lead. GCU with 7 hits thus far, 5 in this inning. And we are coming up on Carson Medina, number 8, who is our catcher in this game. So
As there's going to be a pinch runner, it looks like.
Martinez, number 12.
Casey Medina, 1 for 2 on the day. 2 RBI single back in the second, later scored, and then he flew out back in the third.
I apologize. Vasquez is the pinch runner, number 12, Brandon Vasquez.
And GCU taking the lead here. 7-6 here. A 4-run fourth inning has given them the lead over the Tritons, who scored 5 runs in the top half of the fourth to take the lead by 3. So GCU, we talked about the offense and seeing it come together. We've seen it in the second inning. We're seeing it here in the fourth with 2 on, 2 out, bottom half of the fourth, and Medina at the plate.
Yeah, so we return for. Oh, good hit.
That one's fouled into the seats down the first base line.
Yeah, I'd like to remind everybody that Carson Medina is actually now tied for total RBIs on this team. So, well, tied for second on total RBIs on this team. So even one could tie him for first, which is, a pretty big occasion, pretty momentous. So, he'll be hoping to get that in on this one. Though it seems unlikely as the batter's on first, but you never know what can happen.
That one's going to be outside, and no throw by the catcher there, so runner will advance to second.
Yeah, it doesn't even try to stop that one.
So Casey Medina now with 2 in scoring position here for GCU. Medina with a chance to tie for first with Zach Ekstrom with 8 if he's able to bring both of them home. But the 1-1 count here, 2 out, bottom half of the fourth. A lot of action going on here at GCU Ballpark on this Sunday afternoon. Well, Sunday morning, I should say.
Yeah, we're a few minutes shy of the afternoon.
That one's into the first base netting. So 1-2. Early morning start here at GCU Ballpark on a Sunday. This is a game 3 of a 3-game series. So it's Barton, Sebastian Mata calling the game here at GCU Ballpark.
Yes, sir. And, we're excited to be here as always. We love our jobs and, we're always glad to come out on a very nice Sunday morning and watch some good baseball. It's a good hit towards right field, and it will be another RBI to tie Carson Medina for first place on the RBI list. He's got 8 RBIs now, which ties him with 7 RBIs, which ties him with Zach Ekstrom.
So just like that, amount of visit by the catcher, but for GCU now another run scores. They now have a 2-run lead. They've matched UC San Diego in this inning with 5 runs each. Runners at the corners here. So a lot of good offense going on between both these teams here. 14 runs. For GCU, they've actually gotten more runs in this game than they did the entire weekend with 8. They scored 6 in the first game, 3 in the second, and now they scored 8. We talked about in the beginning of this game a lineup change, a shakeup by the coach for GCU, and so far it looks to be working.
Yeah, I agree. It does seem to be working, does seem to be doing its job excellently. And, here we are, doing well. And GCU seems to be taking advantage of their switch up. That's a far one, but looks to be a pop-up.
Pitcher will make the catch, and that's the third out. So each team scoring 5 runs in that fourth inning. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be back for the top of the fifth.
And we return right on time for the pitch from GCU's number 9, Mercier, giving his first pitch over to Kohei Shimada, who is first at bat at the top of this inning, hits it over and away to the right foul line, and nothing winds up coming of that. Strike one. But yeah, Kohei Shimada is 2 for 2 today with his first appearance in the first inning, in the second inning, leading to a walk. And oh, another well hit ball, but right into foul territory. And his second appearance in the fourth inning, leading to a single, which led to an RBI home run later on by JD Denning. So, what do you think about Mr. Shimada?
Well, he's done a great job. One walk, got to third, single, and a stolen base.
Absolutely, but seems like that luck does not carry over into this inning where he is struck out. Jonah Pitcher, the coach for UCSD, comes up to bat with he is currently 2 for 2 with an RBI in the second inning and a one for 2, sorry, and then a fly ball.
Yeah, he flew out back in the fourth, but the single was huge
Yeah, the
in that
single
in
was
that
huge.
second.
Yeah, he flew out right before his teammate, or I suppose subordinate, JD Denning, was able to get a 3-run home run.
Yeah, the 2-run homer right there, that was huge. First home run of the season for UC San Diego. So that's something we talk about probably for the rest of this game, was how huge that home run was
Yeah,
for UC
first
San
time. It
Diego.
was certainly very big for them. Oh, and the control on that one simply wasn't there, and he is Jonah Pitcher is walked to make him a 2 for 3 batter today.
So now up comes number 27, the man of the hour that we just mentioned, J.D. Denning, going deep at an NCAA ballpark over that 320-yard home run mark in left field. Great accomplishment for him. Up at the plate now, one gone, and pitcher's going to steal.
And he makes it just barely making it in time, but he does wind up making it, and he is on second now.
Yeah, not very often do we see pitchers steal, really, but shows the wheels off there.
No, yeah, absolutely. Had it fast on the feet, and he was able to steal. So
That pitch fouled back right off the netting. If that wasn't there, that'd be heading toward the press box once again. Said 1-1 the count now to Denning. Talking about the pitcher for GCU right now, Cole Mercier. Second appearance, 1.93 ERA. He's given up 5 hits,
and
but
right down the middle, yeah.
the runs have been limited. 1 run, 1 earned. He's only walked 1 player and 5 strikeouts.
Yeah. 8-6 score right now in favor of the Lopes.
He's only walked 1 player here so far, so I mean that's some good numbers if you're GCU. Coming in relief, that's somebody you want coming onto the mound
Oh,
for your
absolutely.
starters. Looks like there was time called before the pitch. So 2-1 the count here with 1 gone. Pitcher at second in scoring position for UC San Diego, trying to even it back up or take the lead once again.
Ooh.
That went in there for a ball. 3-1 the count.
Yeah, 1 out in this so far. Last inning was extremely good for UC San Diego with 6 hits, 5 runs, and 2 left on base. They'll try to keep the momentum going into this one.
That one's fouled off. Count runs full 3-2. But if you're JD Denning, how do you follow up a 2-run homer in NCAA ballpark? How do you
Yeah,
follow that up?
I know it's tough, but it's never about ending on a high note. It's always about just ending on whatever note you can end on, um, whether it's good or bad. I'm sure he's going to try to replicate his success, and I think that it would be one of the best days of his life if he was able to hit another one. Oh, but it's
He
a
chased
swing and a miss.
he chased that one for sure and strikes out. So two gone now with a runner in scoring position. That is huge for GCU because now it makes that runner at second. If you're a pitcher, not really as much worried about him stealing to third because you can just worry if you get him out at the plate, then who's on base won't matter.
Yeah, exactly.
So we'll see what GCU can do. But that was a huge out right there to kind of put UC San Diego in a different position than they were just in, with a chance to potentially go down by only one.
Second baseman Connor Whittle comes up. He is uh 1 for 3. No, because he got a walk.
Yeah, the walk normally doesn't count
Oh,
toward
okay,
the.
gotcha.
So he's 0 for 2 with a walk.
Okay, 0 for
That
2 with the walk.
so he's
Sorry.
flew out to center. He's flew out to right field. So he's not. It's not that he's not hitting the ball. He's hitting it
Yeah.
really well. It just happened to be the fielders just happened to be there when he makes the hit. But he
Yeah,
also
at least
got
he gets
walked.
the results out.
Exactly. He does get results. That's for sure. And and by the way, he's been able to get some hits. He could get one into the gap. Could really bring home pitcher here, as we've seen the last two hits have been pretty good for him. Beside that walk, which wasn't able to get a hit on. But looking for his first hit of the game. It's a 3-0 count with two outs, runner at second. The 3-0 is in there for strike one. But if you're Waddle, you can afford to take one or two maybe.
Absolutely.
Because who knows, depending on where the strike zone is, could a strike that we think could be a ball, and then it gets on base. So he can afford one or two. That one's in there for another strike. So count runs full 3-2. Two out, top half of the fifth, runner at second. See what Connor Whittle has in store. If he can bring the runner home. Swing and a miss, strike three. Ring him up with another strikeout. And GCU gets out of the inning, doesn't give up a run. So we're 8-6. GCU leads. We head to the bottom half of the fifth. We'll take a quick break. And we are back here at GCU Ballpark in Phoenix, Arizona on a beautiful Sunday afternoon. Morning start time now into the afternoon. We're in the bottom half of the fifth. 8-6 GCU leads. Owen Earl at the plate. He is 0 for 2 today with a walk and takes that first pitch right back up the middle into the outfield for a lead-off single. Great way to lead off the the bottom half of the fifth inning. And now brings up Noah Rush, who is 1 for 1. He also has been walked once, and he's also been hit by pitch. See what he's got going on here. against Noah Toth with a runner at first. Coming off that 5-run fourth inning. They kept UC San Diego off the scoreboard in the fifth. The Tritons trying to do the same thing to the Lopes. That one a little low in there for a ball. Noah Rush fourth on the team in batting average with a 346. But he is also dangerous on the base pass. 4 stolen bases so far this season, just 11 games in. Fouls that one back off the netting. So evens the count at 1-1. Be interesting to see if Owen Earl tests the catcher's arm here. Owen Earl is second in stolen bases to only Jaden. He's got 5 stolen bases. Jaden's got 9. He will steal this time as that one's low and in the dirt. And Owen will steal that base no problem. So now he's in scoring position with nobody out, and it's a 2-1 count to Noah Rush. As I just mentioned, talking about being aware of him on the base pass, he gets a stolen base. Add another one to his stats on the season. So 2-1 here, no one out. GCU trying to extend their lead up by 2, following a 5-run fourth inning, which matched the Tritons' 5-run fourth inning. What's been the difference is the 3-1 second inning by GCU. That one's going to be popped straight up. Catcher looks like he's got a read on it. He drops it. And Owen Rush will make it to first successfully, but the pitcher makes a bad read on it, and instead, Rush now at first base. So with runners at first and second now, up comes Jaden Earl, who is 0 for 1 and 0 for 2 on the day. He was grounded out in the first, reached via fielder's choice, and was walked back in the fourth inning. That one in there for a strike to Jaden Earl. So no one out. After Owen Earl reached base via single, and then Owen Rush reached it via an error by the pitcher on a pop-up on the infield. That one low, 1-1. Jaden Earl does have a home run this season for GCU. If he's able to get one here, could really open up this ball game. Leads the team in multiple categories, including run scored and RBIs. Second in RBIs. But he is leading in hits, homers, and batting average, so definitely one of the top hitters on this GCU squad.
Ooh,
Hits
was
that
a
one.
slow ball.
Looks like that went off the foot of Earl, so foul. So 1-2 the count.
Yeah, it was a slow ball that came off the pitcher's hand. And, 2 strikes, no outs. Still a lot of baseball ahead of us at the bottom of the 5th inning.
So Jaden Earl tries to protect the plate here with 2 strikes. The 1-2 hits that into center. Center fielder gonna make a play. He will. And there's one gone here in the bottom half of the 5th. And that will bring up Zach Ekstrom, who is 1 for 2 today. He was walked back in the first, flew out in the second, and had a single in the fourth. So his 4th plate appearance on the afternoon with 2 runners on.
Yep, and then we have 2 runners, one on first and one on second. So GCU can still elevate their lead even farther than they've already got it. It's still truly anyone's game, however, as UCSD are only a few points away
That's popped up.
and might be, it's not caught, just barely goes into the stands. But as I was saying, UCSD is only one second or fourth inning away from getting themselves a nice lead, and we know they still got the spirit in them. They're really looking to beat GCU and really shut GCU out of this series because, as I said earlier, GCU took a 7-6 loss and an 8-3 loss to UCSD. So, yeah.
In GCU, right here is the leader in RBIs for GCU has a chance to extend that here, and it gets into the outfield past the shortstop and the third baseman, throw home at the plate, and he is safe.
Safe,
And the
yeah.
runner will advance to first. So an RBI single for Zach Ekstrom, and GCU extends their lead. And that will advance Noah Rush to third. And Wyatt Wagner coming to the plate, who is 1 for 2 on the day. He struck out in the first, was walked in the third, and had an RBI single back in the fourth inning. And with a 3-run lead, with a runner at third and with 2 on, with runners at the corners and only 1 in scoring position, has a chance to bring home another run for this Lopes team. And Zach Ekstrom extends his lead in RBIs to make it 9 on the season, 2 ahead of Jaden Earl and 3 ahead of Kaysen Medina. First pitch to Wagner's in there for a strike. But GCU really continuing the offense here, carrying that offense over from the 4th to the 5th inning. Only 1 out here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Runner is a hit and run opportunity there for GCU, but
Fly ball
flies it.
over to the shortstop.
Oh, and it looks like Rush was thinking about tagging up, decides not to. So it will be a fly out to the shortstop for GCU, and now 2 are gone here in the bottom half of the 5th. Runner still at the corners, and up comes
Pabel Martinez.
who is 1 for 2 on the day, walked in the second, struck out looking in the third, and then had a RBI single and later scored in the 4th inning.
Yeah, walked in the second as well. Walked in the second and managed to round the bases for an RBI.
Swings and misses at the very first pitch he sees, trying to go yard there. So falls behind the count, 0-1. San Diego trying to get out of this inning by giving up only 1 run here, keep themselves within striking distance of GCU. Interesting to see if Ekstrom tries to steal here and test the arm of the catcher. Swing and a miss there. That's 2 big swings and misses for Martinez, trying to bring some more offense here at GCU. We've already seen 1 homer. We've seen a potential another one just short of the home run line. But a lot of offense in this one. Martinez trying to put his mark on this game. But falls behind 0-2. Hits that into right center. Right fielder makes the play on it. And that's the 3rd out. 9-6 GCU leads. We're going to take a quick commercial break. And we'll be back for the top of the 6th. And we are back here, top half of the sixth. 9-6 GCU leading over UC San Diego. Andrew Chow at the plate. Swings and misses at the very first pitch. Chow is 1 for 3 on the day. He struck out in the first, grounded out in the third, and had a single in the fourth, getting all the way to second base. So his fourth plate appearance. The 0-1. High and inside, 1-1, evens it with that pitch right there. But San Diego was shut out in that last inning after scoring 5 runs back in the fourth.
Ooh,
That one inside, tried to jam him. That pitch is going to go.
onto the building next door.
So 1-2 now. Chow is behind in the count, 1-2. Here leading off the top half of the sixth. The 1-2 delivery.
Ooh, swing and a miss.
Ring him up with a strikeout. Another one for GCU. And Chow struck out his second time striking out. Striking out again, I should say. And now brings up Ethan Neuner, who is 2 for 3. He grounded out in the first, had a single in the third, had a 2-run double in the fourth. Swings the first pitch he sees, and that just hits just above where our press box was at here in the grandstands. So as Neuner falls behind 0-1. The 0-1 delivery. Right to the second baseman.
Right into his glove.
Over to first, and quickly 2 gone here now.
Yep, for an easy 4-3 out. Coming up, Finn Daker. No,
Lincoln Worsham,
Lincoln Worsham.
who's 2 for 3. He flew out in the second, but has had back-to-back singles in his last 2 plate appearances. He's looking to make it 3 for 5. Sorry.
Yep, 3 for 5.
Sorry, 3 for 4. 3 for 4.
4, yeah.
Correction. 3 for 4. So 0-1 here.
Ooh.
Swings, and that actually hits.
Oh, that hit the roof of our press box.
So now 0-2. A lot of souvenirs. If there were a lot more,
Any more fans in the game, yeah.
there'd be a lot more souvenirs, that's for sure. A lot of opportunities to get some, though, for some fans. So 1-2 the count here. 2 out. Top of the sixth. Nobody on. The 1-2 to Worsham. In there, strike 3. Ring them up. And GCU gets out of that with another shutout inning. As we'll head to the bottom half of the sixth, a 9-6 lead for Grand Canyon. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back.
And we return now to watch the Lopes come at bat. Ian Petrus, number 4.
Into
Oh,
left
into left
center.
field.
And that is down. That's going to get all the way to the wall. He's got 2. Is he going for 3? He's rounding second. He's going for third. He's going for a triple. And he gets it. He's safe.
Yes, number 12, substitution Brandon Vasquez makes it in for a good slide play. Um, it seems like number 12, Vasquez, was substituted for number 14, Ian Petrus.
Yes, he was. That's a great job by Vasquez. A lead-off triple. I mean, we talk about offense. We've had a lot of it. That's the first triple of the day, and that's what you want to do to lead it off. And great job by Vasquez. So now is Kaysen Medina up at the plate. He is 2 for 3 today with 2 RBIs later and 1 run. First pitch is fouled down the right field line into the grass shaded section of the spectator area. So all falls behind 0-1. So 0-1 here to Medina. Runner in scoring position at third. That's Vasquez after having a leadoff triple. So we've seen a home run today, a triple,
Yeah,
multiple RBI doubles and singles.
it's certainly been an entertaining game.
We've had it all for sure. 15 runs through 5 innings so far. Looking to make it 16, but that one's going to be fouled down the left field line.
Hits the roof of a maintenance shack and goes onto the street. Goes on to 35th Avenue right behind the field.
So 1-2 for Medina here. He's 2 for 3 with 2 singles. The 1-2 to Medina. In the dirt. Evens it at 2-2. Looks like GCU's kind of found their rhythm offensively in that 4th inning. They
Oh,
had it.
yeah.
They had it in the 2nd. They found it again in the 4th, and they carried that into the 5th inning, and now into the 6th as we see a leadoff triple to start it off. Medina, the 1-2, grounds it right to the third baseman, throws it
Oh, just
over.
a good amount of hesitation on that throw. It still goes out for Medina. Medina's still thrown out, but there seemed to be some kind of hesitation there for Sanchez to throw it to Dacre.
Yeah, I think he was trying to see if he could make it home to get him out, but wasn't going to have enough on it. So instead, just throw it to first, get the quick out. But GCU adds another run. Just like that, GCU adds another one. They're up now by 4, 10-6.
Osorino at the plate.
He is 0 for 1. Actually, he doesn't even. He's 0 for 0 actually. Oh, sorry, no, he is 0 for 1. He flew out in the 4th on his second at bat. So he had a sacrifice bunt back in the 2nd. He was walked in the 4th, and then he flew out in the 7th. Flew out to left field in the 4th as well in his second at bat of that inning.
Oh,
Takes that one on the second pitch into the
floater
center
to center.
and with a single. So he is 1 for 2 on the day. And another player aboard on the base paths for the Lopes as it brings up Owen Earl. He is 1 for 3 today. He is flown out. He's been walked, grounded out, and has made it with a single and also a stolen base. See what you can do here with a runner at first. We'll see if they want to test that catcher's arm, but there's a throw over to first, back safely.
10-6 is the score at the moment, with the Lopes leading by 4, but there is still precedent that something great could happen.
Hit into center
Floater to
field.
center field, but it is caught by the center fielder, Denning.
So now Noah Rush coming up to the plate. He reached via error in the 5th inning. So now Rush, who had a single back in the 1st, he's been walked, hit by pitch, and he's also reached via error. See what he can do here for this Lopes team with a runner at first. 2 gone here in the bottom half of the 6th. Up by 4. Runner goes. Swing and a miss by Rush, but a stolen base right there for GCU. Antonio with the stolen base. So runner into scoring position for Noah Rush. Behind 0-1 in the count. The 0-1 delivery. And Rush going to hit it into center field.
Yeah, fly ball into center field, and it's caught.
Makes the play, so the center fielder gets a little bit of work in that inning. Gets the third out, and it's 10-6 GCU. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back for the start of the 7th.
No one knows who GCU is.
And we are back here at GCU. It is 10-6 Lopes over the Tritons. Game 3 of a 3-game series. Leading off here for the Tritons is number 4, Finn Dacre,
Daker.
who is 1 for 3 today. Reached via single in the second, later scored, reached via fielder's choice, and flew out to left field. He's leading off the top half of the 7th. That one in there for a ball outside. First baseman leading it off, trying to get some offense back for the Tritons after giving up 2 runs over the last 2 innings since they've scored 5 runs in the 4th. UC San Diego has been almost left off the base paths. Nobody's been on. Sorry, they've left 1 on in 2 innings since they scored 5 in the 4th. That one's in there for a strike. Count 2-1. 2-1 delivery. In there, strike 2 to even it 2 apiece. Way to battle back if you are Cole Mercier, the freshman, doing a great job here on the mound. Struck out 2 in the last inning.
High fly ball, and it is caught by Martinez.
So one up, one down here in the top half of the 7th. Now up at the plate is number 15, Isaiah Sanchez. He is 1 for 2 today. Struck out in the second looking, then in the fourth, had a single, and later scored. He actually was out twice. So he is 1 for 3. Struck out, reached via a single, and later scored, and then grounded out in his second at bat of that inning. As he takes that one, first pitch for a strike. So 0-1 the count. Second one in there, just a little bit outside. So 1-1. It's even at 1 apiece. Wind blowing a little bit from right field to left,
Ooh, good.
right to the shortstop. Hustles the first, but
It's
not
out.
in time. So ground out there for Sanchez. As it will bring up Kohei Shimada, who is 1 for 2 today. He was walked in the second, had a single with a stolen base, and later scored, and then struck out in the fifth. 2 outs here in the top half of the 7th. So far, Cole Mercier has done a great job in 2 innings of work. Well, 2 and a third, 2 and 2/3, I should say. He hasn't given up a hit, but he's only let one person on the base pass. So he's done a great job here in relief from the starter, Crew Kakakis. So 2-0 here to Shimada. In there for a strike. And by the great pitching that GCU's had in relief, they've been able to extend their lead.
Yeah.
Able to tie it up, and then the last 2 innings have been able to extend that lead. In there for another strike. So able to battle back. We've seen this multiple times. Gets down 2-0 early, comes right back with 2 really good pitches to even it 2 apiece. We'll see if Shimada is going to try to protect the plate, I should say, with 2 strikes. But he gets that one into right field. Right fielder going to make the play on it.
Caught by Petrus.
And there's 3 up and 3 down. Another scoreless inning for Cole Mercier. 10-6. GCU leads. Lopes up next in the bottom half of the 7th. And we are back here at GCU Ballpark. 10-6 GCU leads. Getting ready to lead off the bottom half of the 7th is Jaden Earl for GCU. And there's a new pitcher on the mound for UC San Diego. That is number 19, Scott Baldwin, the right-hander for the Tritons. He's a freshman as well from Castro Valley, California.
Yeah, GCU's best player in all categories comes back up, and it seems like they will continue their tried and true strategy of continuously walking him. And I can't say I necessarily blame them for that idea.
And an interesting stat I just saw on here, they are from the same hometown and same high school as Jonah Pitcher.
Interesting. So yeah, maybe they do know each other.
Well,
Um,
Pitcher's a senior. He's a freshman.
yeah, it is possible.
Could be possible. So 2-0 the count. Just a little fun fact there is that one is popped
Ooh,
up
but it's
here.
a pop up, and it seems like GCU's star player may have hit his last hit of the game today.
So that will bring up number 6, Zach Ekstrom, the designated hitter, who is 2 for 3 today.
Yeah, it seems like they made a good use of their designated hitter. Seems to be doing very well. One thing I've noticed about maybe it is the a feature of club baseball um, hit out by the pitcher is that unlike NCAA baseball, club baseball does not make use of the safety mount of the safety first base. Most other ones have an orange first base so that batters and first basemen are not colliding over the same bit of the plate. But it seems like club baseball does not make use of that.
That is something we have been seeing in recent years. That safety bag has been coming into play. Something softball was doing. Now baseball's kind of
Yeah,
starting to
I see it
transition to it.
especially at the. I know that ASU's D1 baseball team has a safety bag, so must not be a universal adoption, or at least not at the club baseball level.
It might work its way in the next couple of years because we've kind of seen that at times, right? Where we see one sport do it and then they'll integrate it a couple of years down the line. So
Yeah,
club baseball might get it next year. It might be a test by the NCAA as that one's hit right to the shortstop in a quick 1-2-3 inning by GCU. So that's going to bring us to the top half of the eighth. We're going to set up a tie really quick. 10-6, GCU leads. And we are back here, top of the eighth inning, leading off for UC San Diego's number 14, Jonah Pitcher, also is the head coach of the Tritons. It lays down a bunt, really good job executing that, and makes it to first.
seems to be an issue with the error though.
I don't think that
No,
wouldn't be
this
ruled an
wasn't an
error.
error. No, it was an equipment fault.
I mean, I don't think it would have mattered if he would have been able to scoop it up because Jonah was moving down that first base line.
Yeah.
So a really good executed bunt. Pitcher is on base now, so down by 4, down to what could be their last 6 outs of the ball game. So they tried to go for the sweep in this weekend series against GCU after losing the last 4 coming in. UC San Diego's won the last 2.
Yeah.
So GCU trying to at least get a win and finish the weekend series with a win and use that momentum into their next series here in the early stages of the season, as GCU with those 2 losses dropped below 500 to 5-6 on the season, and UC San Diego now 3-8. But GCU last year did really good. They were 15-0. They were 24-4 in 2023-2024. So GCU club program really good. UC San Diego in 2023-2024 was 6-12, but they were 3-10 in 2023-2024. But GCU last year, I believe, they were good last year as well. So don't have the exact record here, but they were really good last year as well. So this club program is showing us exactly what we've been seeing
Yeah,
from them
exactly what we've been seeing.
over
Yeah,
the
he
last couple of years.
tries to pick him off, but unsuccessful.
So we're kind of seeing similar at the club level what we're seeing at the NCAA Division One level for GCU. Their baseball
Yeah.
programs really come on, as we're seeing here with the conference championships. They've won the last 4 out of the last 5 years. The D1 teams won their conference championship, and they've made regionals 3 of the last 4 years as well. So that's in
Yeah,
there for
so
strike 2. So at the plate right now is JD Denning. If you're just joining us, you missed a lot with JD Denning going deep on a 2-run homer. He is the first player on UC San Diego to hit a home run this season, and he hit it over the 320-yard mark here in an NCAA D1 ballpark. So, and that was a really big hit, and they were really pumped up about that. Something he's gonna hang on to for a long time.
oh, for sure.
The 0-2 to Denning. That one's gonna be just a little bit high, so 1-2 now. But one thing we got to mention, though, for GCU is the pitching that they're having right now. Cole Mercier doing a great job coming in relief. He's only had this is just his second base runner on base since he's taken over. Struck out multiple Tritons, and now we're seeing another great pitching performance
Yeah.
here in this inning. So 2-2. We've seen him battle back in counts going from 2-0 to 2-2,
Yeah.
but he's done a really good job, especially for a freshman.
Yeah, we're also seeing the doubleheader, the ASU club baseball team coming in now for the next game. We will not be covering that game ourselves, but just an interesting tidbit if you're in the area and another pickoff.
Unsuccessful there. So 2-2, still nobody out here in the top half of the 8th inning. GCU really started to pull away. That 4th inning, they evened it with UC San Diego, and the reason how they were able to take the lead in that 4th inning was because they were leading 3-1 after 2 with that 3-run second inning. So that's ultimately what's really been the biggest difference. And then GCU added 2 runs, 1 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th to kind of really pull away. But that's also because of the really good pitching performance by Cole Mercier
Ooh.
in relief.
And
As that one
it's
hits
a
it.
foul goes over our press box, and it hits the roof.
And that was after Crew Kotkays did a great job in just to lead it off by giving up only 1 run in the second, but gave up 4 in the 4th. And since Cole Mercier's done just a great job since in relief, that one hit into right center field. Pitcher gonna hold at second, so runners at first and second here now with nobody out. So Denning from St. John Bosco High School with a 2-run homer today, a walk, he has struck out, and now a single. So he's had a really good day. 2 for 4 on the afternoon. So now up at the plate is number 34 for UC San Diego, Jane Pierre Hurd, the sophomore, 6'2", from San Bernardino, California. First pitch in the dirt and
That's
wide.
out of the area of the bat.
Sebastian, are you surprised they made a change at second base with Connor Weidel?
Frankly, not really. Second base is a very demanding position, and it's quite the demanding position. So I'm not surprised that there was a conversion there. Also, the changes needed to be made at the end of the day. Just to keep the momentum going, and UCSD has nothing to lose. They're down 4 at the bottom of the eighth, at the top of the eighth. So there truly isn't much left for them to lose.
All right, the 1-1 in there for another strike. So 2 quick strikes after falling behind 1-0. That one inside, 2-2. 2-2 the count here. 2 Hurd. In there. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Ring him up with another strikeout. Talk about the great pitch performance, and there's another strikeout for Mercier today. That is his 4th strikeout of the ball game. He had 5 strikeouts in his 1 and so far only appearance this season. Now he has 4 here. Came with a 1.93 ERA. We're seeing exactly why as that first pitch is outside. So far, Mercier's having a great start to his season in 2 games. Up at the plate is number 22, Andrew Chow, who is 1 for 4 today. He has struck out twice. That pitch is a little bit high. Chow did strike out back in the 6th inning against Mercier. So far, Chow is ahead in the count, 2-0. Double steal attempt. The throw over to third.
Oh, but he drops it.
In the dirt. It was a bad throw by the catcher Medina, or else he was going to be out by a mile. Instead, the double steal pays off, and that means pitcher is over to third now, and Denning is over at second. So a chance here for Andrew Chow to bring potentially not just 1, but 2 runs home with a base hit into the outfield here, but a really good RBI opportunity. The 3-0 in there for a strike, and he is the team leader in batting average. So this is definitely a really good hitter for this Tritons team. The 3-1, and he hits that into right field. It does
not caught.
As it gets down just before 1 run will score. So it is a RBI double for Andrew Chow. And now UC San Diego has cut the deficit to 3 here.
Yeah, there's still time for them to make some changes and
Looks like the pitching coach is coming out to the head coach coming out to the mound. There is movement in the GCU bullpen, so we'll see if they make a pitching change here. Mercer's done a great job up until this inning, where it looks like UC San Diego's kind of gotten to him a little bit. We're gonna take a quick break while they do this mound visit. We'll be right back. And we are back. No pitching change, so just a mound visit there for GCU. Runners at second and third, both in scoring position. Bringing up Ethan Nunier to the plate, the designated hitter. 2 for 4 today. Swing and a miss at the first pitch he sees. Seeing Mercier attack these hitters now. This is what we were seeing earlier. He has 4 strikeouts on the afternoon. incoming in relief in there for strike 2. So quickly ahead 0-2 is Mercier with runners in scoring position, only 1 gone here in the top of the 8th with a 3-run lead. The 0-2 delivery. Gets a piece of that and fouled that on top of the roof and down the first base line. So we'll redo it again. UC San Diego, 7 runs on 13 hits. GCU, 10 runs on 11 hits. So we have the 0-2 delivery once more. Hit right back up the middle. Right to the shortstop.
One
Over
run
to
score.
first. A run will score, but 2 gone here in the top of the 8th. So that means Denning will score. And for Nunez is an R. He does get an RBI on that out right there on the ground out. Brings up number 1, Lincoln Worsham, the right fielder, who is 2 for 4 today. Last plate appearance, struck out looking. Swing and a miss the first pitch he sees. Trying to go deep on that one, trying to get this 2-run deficit all back with 1 swing of the bat. If he's able to get one over the wall, it would tie this game up. But the 0-1 fouled that one back. Quickly behind 0-2 is Worsham. See what Mercier decides to do. See if he gets him to try to chase here. A little bit of wiggle room with an 0-2 count. 2 out in the top of the 8th. The 0-2 delivery. High and inside. Doesn't get him to chase. So 1-2 the count now. Still 2 out. GCU pitcher warming up in the bullpen. We'll see if they let him finish this inning here with a 1-2. So gets a piece of that one, tips it back for a foul ball, 1-2. Once more. On deck is Finn Dasher, who is 1 for 4. That one hit down the right field line is going to be foul into the grass where the spectators would normally be sitting. Normally for a D1 game when there's a lot of fans.
Oh yeah, they have them on the grass.
Gets a piece of that one right to the first baseman, diving to the bag, and he is out. Great play by the first baseman for GCU, Noah Rush, to get the 3rd out. UC San Diego gets 2 across, but a 2-run lead for GCU as we head to the bottom of the 8th. We'll take a quick break. And we are back for the bottom half of the 8th inning. GCU leading UC San Diego 10-8 here at GCU Ballpark in Phoenix, Arizona. Spencer Barton, Sebastian Mata here on the call. Sebastian, bottom half of the 8th, GCU obviously scoreless in that last inning, but the offenses look pretty good. What does GCU have to do here to really close this one out?
Well, they really just have to keep the offense going. They are under no incentive to really score a ridiculous amount, but they're also, the score is close enough to where something could potentially go badly for them. But also the offense of UCSD has been lacking in recent innings. Uh, so it's in their best interest to make a few points, but it's not critical.
All right, so we'll see if GCU is able to get a couple more runs on the board here as UC San Diego is down to their last 3 outs unless they tie this one up after GCU is up to bat here. The 1-1 hit right up the middle for a base hit. So Martinez starts it off with a leadoff single here in the bottom half of the eighth. That's what you want to see if you're the Lopes. They've scored 7 runs here in the last 4 innings, 5 in the fourth, 1 in the fifth, and 1 in the sixth. After taking the lead back in the second, 3-1, that has kind of helped them keep it. That's really what has been the biggest difference is that second inning as we're getting into the later stages of this one with a runner at first base. There is a steal going. Throw over, and he is safe, and a great job right there by Martinez to steal. That is his third base. That is ties him with Brandon Vasquez for 4th on the team in stolen bases. So now that means Brandon Vasquez, who had a leadoff triple in the bottom half of the 6th, is up, and he's 1 for 1 today with a 1-0 count in his favor. The 1-0. Now it's going to be popped up into straight center field. Center fielder making a run for it. Drops it.
Drops it.
Oh, man. Another one in and out of the glove of a Triton player. The first one was by the pitcher back in the 5th inning. That time by the center fielder, Jaden Denning. So another error right there by UC San Diego.
Up to bat is Carson Medina.
So now Medina comes up with only 1 runner in scoring position, but 2 on and nobody out. And Medina, we know he can bring in some RBIs. He has 3 RBIs today. That ties him with Jaden Earl with 2nd on the team in RBI. Zach Ekstrom has 9. He came in with 8. He's got 1. So Medina now 2 behind, tying for the lead. So if he gets a 1 to the outfield and brings 2 home, he could tie for the RBI lead on this team. Looks like he's trying to go for a bunt in there for a strike. So falls behind 0-1 is Medina. Have Vasquez at first and Martinez at second. Be interesting to see if GCU tries potentially a double steal here and let Medina swing away. Tries to go for a bunt, gets it down. Pitcher, and that throw is offline. So 1 run's going to score for GCU. And runners will be at second and third. So Medina will get to second, and that means Vasquez is at third base, nobody out. And GCU adds another run of insurance. Now puts the lead right to 3 with a chance to put even more on the board with 2 runners in scoring position. And that brings up Sebastian Asornio, the shortstop. He is 1 for 2 today. He had a sacrifice bunt back in the 2nd. He was walked in the 4th as well as flying out to left field and had a single with a stolen base in the 6th inning. See what he can do here with 2 runners in scoring position. The infield positioned a little more in. Trying to potentially throw home if it's on the infield. The 1-0 delivery. And he gets that into left field. Pitcher's on the move, makes the play. The throw to the third baseman. They will not throw home, and GCU tags up, and another run. for GCU. So Owen Earl will come up now with one out, runner at second base. And that is Medina. So Carlos Medina at second base is Owen Earl at the plate, one out in the bottom half of the eighth. GCU matched with UC San Diego had in the eighth inning with 2 runs each. That one right to the first baseman, makes the play, 2 quickly gone. Medina over to third. So Noah Rush coming to the plate for GCU in what could be their final plate appearance of the game, leading by 4. Jaden Earl on deck for GCU if Noah Rush were to get on base. Rush swings the first pitch, sees, fouls it off. Swing and a miss. That one falls behind 0-2 with a runner at just 90 feet away from potentially making this a 5-run lead for GCU. So far, the biggest difference has really been that second inning when GCU was able to take the lead. Then GCU matched UC San Diego in the fourth at 5 runs apiece. That one on the ground to third. Over to first. Is it in time? It is. And there's the third out. So GCU with 2 runs, matching UC San Diego with 2 runs as well. And it's a 4-run lead for GCU as we head to the top half of the ninth. UC San Diego down to their last 3 outs. And we are back top of the ninth. UC San Diego down to their final 3 outs, but we have a pitching change. Number 12, Brandon Vasquez, is on the mound to close it out for GCU with a 4-run lead.
Vasquez is a position player, an infielder who is taking the mound, likely because GCU is just confident in its ability to do it. Correction, actually, Luke Silvestro, number 18, is the pitcher. He is actually a dedicated pitcher, so you can scratch what I previously said from the record, and he is currently pitching against um, number 4 from San Diego, Finn Daker.
Yeah, Finn Daker, 1 for 4. He has flown out to left field twice. He's reached via fielder's choice, and he's also had a single, and that later scored in that inning. The 0-2, that one's going to be popped up into foul ground. Third baseman can't get to it, so we'll redo 0-2 once again here in the top half of the ninth with a 4-run lead for GCU. See if UC San Diego can pull out another fourth inning like they did.
We just saw, yeah.
If they're able to pull out 5 runs in that fourth, like they had in that fourth inning, if they're able to pull 5 runs together, we'll see GCU back up. If not, then GCU will win today. They will close out this weekend series with a victory, as there's the first out via ground out.
And with that, I will be signing off for the evening. I will be going to record player interviews, so it has been an honor, and I will be signing off, but coverage will continue. Good night.
So now up for UC San Diego's number 15, Isaiah Sanchez. First pitch down the right field line is going to be foul. So quickly behind the count, 0-1. So 0-1 here to Sanchez. Silvestro on the mound, trying to close this thing out. 2 outs away from doing so. Swing and a miss. So 0-2 count. Inside, just able to miss there. Great defense by Sanchez to get out of the way of that one. So 1-2 here. For GCU, they lost the doubleheader yesterday, but they came out. They've scored the most runs they did this entire weekend with 12. They limited UC San Diego to 8. Obviously, that ties their highest run total for a single game against the GCU Lopes today. With a win, GCU will end a 2-game losing streak against UC San Diego and head in their next series with some momentum. So that pitch is in the dirt, 2-2 the count here. Silvestro, the 2-2 delivery. In there, strike 3, swinging, ring him up with another strikeout. Isaiah Sanchez goes down swinging his second strikeout of the game. Strike him out again. And GCU now 1 out away from finishing off UC San Diego today in game number 3 of this weekend series. Lost the first one 7-6. Lost the second one 8-3. They lead this one 12-8. That one going to be high and inside. This is to Kohei Shimada, the shortstop, who is 1 for 3 with a single and a stolen base. He has struck out, he has flown out to right field, and he's also been walked in this ball game. But the Tritons down to their final out in this one, and the final out of the weekend series between GCU and UC San Diego. The 1-0. In there for a strike. With a win today, GCU, well, we'll hang on for that for just a minute. 1-1 the count here. The 1-1 delivery in the dirt, 2-1. No one's on the base paths for UC San Diego. Don't have to worry about anybody potentially stealing here. The 1-1. Sorry, the 2-1. And that is fouled. And that hits right on top of the roof where our press box is at. Seen a lot of that happening here at this one. A lot of souvenirs for some lucky fans. So 2-2. 2-2 delivery. In there for a ball. So GCU trying to close this one out, one strike away from winning this third game of this weekend series. Trying to avoid being swept by UC San Diego. The 2-2 in there. No, sorry, that was 3-2 pitch, and that was a ball up high, and it's ball 4, so a walk to Shimada. The second time he's been walked today. And now that brings up Jonah Pitcher, the left fielder and also the head coach of the UC San Diego Tritons. It looks like the coach was just having a conversation with the umpire to make sure that that was ball 4 because the scoreboard was just a little bit off. So the runner at first, pitcher at the plate. He is 2 for 3 with a couple RBIs. Grounds that one on the ground. The pitcher unable to pick it up, and pitcher is going to make it to first. So his third hit of the game, all singles, and it brings up J.D. Denning, who is 2 for 3 today. He's been walked, he is struck out, but he also has a 2-run homer, the first in Triton's season. He was the first one to hit a homer for them on the season. It was over the 320 mark on left field. And he also has a single with a run that he later scored on. So it was a 2-run homer, a single with a run scored as well, walked, and he has struck out. So J.D. Denning with a chance here. If he hits another homer, this would cut the lead to 1. On deck is number 7 for UC San Diego, Hex Hu. Swing and a miss by Denning. Ball gets away. Runners will advance to second and third now. They're both in scoring position. With Lex Hu on deck here for UC San Diego. And Denning swings and misses at that one. So he is behind the count 0-1 with 2 out. Denning trying to redo what he was able to do back in the 4th. That one was up high. 1-1 now. Able to even it here. 2 outs. The 1-1. And that one's going to be just foul. So 1-2. Down to the last strike for Denning. Can he do it again? Can Magic strike twice, or will GCU be able to get the out and win this game? Silvestro, the 1-2. In there, it's popped up. Shortstop hat called for it, makes the play, and that is the 3rd out. The GCU Lopes defeat the UC San Diego Tritons 12-8. They take the last game of this weekend series. UC San Diego wins the weekend series 2-1, but GCU able to take some momentum heading into their next series. I'm Spencer Barton. I want to thank you all for tuning in and watching. I am signing off.